stop, but it just keep on ticking. I heard that love ain't real, and it's all superficial. When you leave, you take my breath, I just can't let you go. Girl, you are the highest grade, you on my honor roll. Highest grade of women floating that you touch the ceiling. My heart and your heart connected like some Siamese cherry. You've been molding all your life, I guess I call you credit. I'm addicted, guess I need my fix and I am ADDICTD on your love. You got me about to roll up, control me like controllers. I'm not playing games, it's not a sorry, baby. One hit of your love till the face got me going crazy. ADDICTD on your love. You got me about to roll up, control me like controllers. I'm addicted to that, how you baby. Could get your love in the kitchen, got me feeling great. So we was sliding in my low, we was more low. Now we older, look what time goes. I don't play with love, cause I believe that's all we have. So it's best we keep it grounded like some doormats. If it slip away, we run it back. That's a fact. All that break up the makeup, we don't do that. Girl, I got it just can't be real. Got me feeling faded and woozy, just like you slipped up. ADDICTD. Your love, you got me about to roll up. Control me like controllers. I'm not playing games, it's not a talkie, baby. One hit of your love till the face got me going crazy. ADDICTD. Your love, you got me about to roll up. Control me like controllers. I'm addicted to that, how you baby. Look at your love in the kitchen, you got me feeling crazy.
Mommy, you help me.
Hammer gang. We always hit the nail on the head. So check this out, my Miami Hurricane fans. We got a couple things to talk about tonight. So, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. We're going to wait till some people get up in here. We're going to get it popping tonight. We got a few things to talk about. So give me 1 second. All right. So for all the other people, I guess it's just gonna be Rewatch Squad. We're gonna get this thing started right now. I'm gonna let you guys know what's going on, and then what I'll do is I'll put the link in the chat for people to come in, give their thoughts and opinions. See where y'all mindset's at right now. But the Miami Hurricanes, man, practice, quarterback situation, Manny Diaz, Reed Lashley, you name it. Today they did a couple press conference, so we're going to talk about those. Also, Amari Carter, rumors has it that he might be moving to linebacker. I know a lot of you guys are happy. That's been a talk for the longest time. Maybe he should move to linebacker. Well, wishes might do come true. So today's press conference, we can start off with Jalen Knighton. Jalen Knighton was asked about how he feel basically about the featured back, because last season they had three running backs being rotated in and out. So this season, Reed Lashley wants to go a different route with that. He wants to have a running back that basically get most of the snaps. He wants somebody to be able to get warm, get hot, you name it. So we're going to have a feature back. Now, I think last season the reason why we didn't have a feature back is because basically Reed Lashley didn't have enough time to basically evaluate the running backs. He didn't have enough time, spring practice with the COVID thing. A lot of practices got canceled, stuff like that. So didn't really have enough time to evaluate those guys. So we ended up having three running backs that was being rotated. So this season is going to be a little bit different. Competition is wide open right now. We got 3 running backs competing for that major spot. So one of those guys will end up being, the guy you see getting maybe 20, 30 snaps a game. Who knows? Now, Reed Lashley did make it specific that, you might see Cameron Harris come in, this game, and he has 20 reps or whatever, 20 snaps. And then the next game, it might be Don Chaney. So it's not set on who's going to be, but each game you'll have a running back that's, basically the premier running back. Let me check the chat real quick before we go any further. Kane Juice, what's going on with you? Jordan, what's up, man? How you doing? Phil the King, what's good with you, boss? Man, Phil the King be acting up on Facebook. He be in that Florida State versus Miami group going crazy. Man, Morris Jones, what's going on with you, boss? Miami boy, what's good? Nick 305 Canes, what's going on with you, man? BB, what's up, boss? BB the Gator, how you doing, man? Say, I don't know how I feel about that. I like them to I liked the last season where they was trade where they were rotating in. We got to pretty much see all 3 running backs, and us as fans, we got to try to evaluate ourselves. So I don't know. From what I'm hearing, though, Don Chaney is looking pretty good, but that's neither here nor there. Don't know. I don't know if this is something that Reed Lashley thought of doing because of the Cameron Harris situation last season. Because last season he kind of spoke out. He kind of went to Twitter and said he felt disrespected, like the other guys are getting way too much snap or whatever. But competition is wide open. So my thing is, if Don Chaney or Jalen Knighton win that position, win that premier starting spot, how will this affect Cameron Harris? How will he react to it? How will he lash out? What's going to go down with that? Now, that's a tough situation. Now, Jalen Knighton also said that basically with the whole quarterback situation, which a couple videos, a couple lives ago, I started asking myself, was like, what's going on with Matoka? So for the first time in a long time, somebody actually mentioned Matoka, because the talk has been Jake Garcia and Tyler Van Dyke. We haven't heard much about Matoka, so for him to throw Matoka in there, and Reed Lashley also threw him in there a little bit, but you could tell that right now, you just face it. The battle is between Garcia and Tyler Van Dyke. 1 second, guys. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Had to talk to my kids because they being loud. Yo, what's going on with you, boss? Seminole TV. Oh, what up, Pope? What's going on with you? T2Y, my dog. Y'all smash that like button. Yeah, if you're in the chat, if you haven't smashed that like button yet, hit that like button. I know it's Thursday. I know, most of you guys are probably just getting out of work and stuff like that, so this live probably be more of a rewatch. A lot of people have been telling me going on at 6 is a little too early for them, but nonetheless, man, that rewatch squad, appreciate everybody. Phil the Kane say King turning over once he get back. I'm sorry, taking over once he get back. Yeah, Manny Diaz mentioned that in the press conference that he did a couple days ago, basically saying that, when King come back, King gonna be starting. So if King is ready for Alabama, he'll be the starter. That's what Real actually saying. Garcia is the truth. He will be quarterback number 2. Now, I must admit, the battle between Garcia and Van Dyke, I'm leaning more towards Garcia because based on the things that are being said about Garcia, being that he's a freshman and the things that he's doing in the scrimmages and everything like that, for a guy that has for a Tyler Van Dyke that's been there a year already under that system, and for Garcia to come in and picking it up like it's nothing. Like Manny said, he's impressed with Garcia because Garcia, before the scrimmage, Garcia basically haven't been practiced at fully. We know that he's been limited based on the ankle injury that he had. So for them to throw him in the fire and for him to go out there and just naturally perform like it's nothing, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. If King doesn't come back and Garcia win that job, I think we might have a true freshman. But it's too early to be putting them chips on his shoulder or whatever. But I think we might have a quarterback number 2 in Garcia. But hey, it's competition. I ain't gonna count Tyler Van Dyke out yet. I mean, they say he do look impressive also. So, but for me, watching Garcia, for me, listening to Garcia and listening to Tyler Van Dyke, you could feel who's more confident in what they're doing. You can feel it. I feel like Garcia is setting the tone a little bit different. Bahamas, what's going on with you? What's good, boss? OG Kane in the building. What's up, OG? Phil the King said they say TVD can move. Yeah, I mean we see the little clips and everything like that. We see him throwing while he's mobile or whatever. But who knows? We only seeing 1 minute clips or so we can't really evaluate. But like I said, based on what I'm hearing from Tyler Van Dyke and Garcia, if you listen to both of them, it's like they both got a different. To me, Tyler Van Dyke. Okay, my bad, guys. The funniest thing just happened. My laptop just basically shut off. Basically, I forgot to put it back on the charger, so it kind of died on me. But got it plugged in and going again. Bahamas says FSU hacked the feed. Man, FSU. I don't know what's going on with FSU. They spring game is this Saturday, so you're not going to see pretty much anything really from FSU this Saturday because they're so depleted. You know, almost their whole team hit the transfer portal. So now they barely got any depth at any position. So they got to wait till the summer, and hopefully they can use some of them 2022 scholarships to get some guys in there to fill their roster. Or if not, then this season there might be a lot of forfeit state university that we see. Uh, Let me see. If Garcia looking good, we should let Jit start game one. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Whoever's looking the best, whoever's doing the best, put them out. I don't care nothing by seniority or none of that. Put the best talent on the field. Give Miami the best chance to win the game. That's it. I mean, Alabama's going to be a great test off the back. So if you put a Garcia out there or even a Tyler Van Dyke, and those guys are looking good, if King is not ready, by the way, and those guys are looking good, hey, we know what the future brings. Now, like I said, the question's been for the past couple of weeks is if one of those guys do go out there, start, look great, and King come back, then then we got a little dilemma going on right there. But most of you guys have been saying that nobody should lose their job based on an injury. So it is what it is. Now, speaking of injuries, John Ford, basically he's back. He's ready to go. He said he lost about 10 pounds, so he's back up. He's ready to go. He's all for the competition. So Jess Simpson's working with these guys and trying to get them all ready for game one. So let's hope John Ford could come through, do his thing or whatever. Like I said, every position is a competition right now. So we don't have key starters anywhere, but we have. If rumors are true, then in the safety position, it might be a little shakeup because if Amari Carter were to move to striker, then based on what I've been hearing, basically then Avante Williams might be pushing to get up in that starting lineup because what is being and I have not heard anything about Gervin Hall, so but Avante Williams has been a standout that they've been talking about at the safety position. So if Amari Carter do come down to striker and start playing linebacker, because he's a very physical dude, and the kind of hits that he somebody said the audio kind of bad. Let me know in the chat. Can y'all hear me properly? Let me check the audio. All right, can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me better? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Yeah, let me know if you guys can hear me. Hear me? Okay, you say better. All right, good. All right, where were we? Okay, so he said it's way better. How is everybody else hearing it? Is it okay? Yeah, ever since the computer cut off, I guess it kind of messed with everything. So let me know if you guys are hearing me better. Okay. All right. So yeah, back to what. Okay, I'm good. Yeah. Okay. All right. So basically, what I'm getting from Manny Diaz and Reed Lashley is basically the political answers to everything. They're not telling you who's going to be the starter at quarterback. They're not telling you which wide receiver is doing better. They're not telling you anything. They want these guys to basically battle it out to the end. They don't want to have no guys thinking, getting comfortable thinking that, hey, I got a starting spot. Let me chill. Nah, they want everybody to work hard and battle it out. It's going to be a nail biter for most guys. Now, the only guy I could probably say that at this moment we could literally say that he will start at wide receiver is probably Mike Harley. He's the only guy that, when it comes down to it, they separate him from the pack. They always Reed Lashley, Manny Diaz. They always mention him. He's a leader. He's ahead of the pack. Blah blah blah. So you could go ahead and key Mike Harley in as a starter, basically. Miami Flow in the building. What's good, boss? Just stopping by to support my brother. Have a great show, bro. Hit that like button. Hey, appreciate that, boss. Appreciate you. Lewis. So when you listen to the commercial all the way all the way through before jumping into the chat, oh man, hey, appreciate that, boss. Appreciate that, because that's how you make a little change on YouTube. The ads and the commercials and everything like that. So if you listening through them all, appreciate you, man. That's some support right there. Rambo. Now, based on the little clip that they show of the wide receivers, I've seen Charleston Rambo made nearly impossible catch. That it was phenomenal. I think I'm gonna pull up the film. I'm gonna pull up the video, and I'm gonna let you guys see it for yourself. But as you guys know, with the practices and everything that's been going on, they only give us so little. It's like one minute here, 2 minute there, and sometimes they edit it to the where you can't really tell what's going on. But Austin Rambo made a nice catch. I'm not sure if you guys seen it, but I'm gonna play it. Yeah.
Son, we're
Why is it? Hold on, This not the video I thought it was. Hold on. My bad, y'all. My bad, my bad. Alright, so here it is. It won't have no audio though because they playing music, so you know the copyright thing. There you go the catch. Man. Yeah, them boys out there battling it out, man. Battling it out. Like I said, I'm glad Manny got it this season where, you know, they're all out competition. Now hopefully there's no favoritism and no seniority going around, but it's good to know that each position is wide open so we can put the best talent out there against Alabama. All right, let me see what y'all talking about. Liberty City boy say Jake be throwing darts. Yes, based on what we've seen from him, what they gave us, you know, the small films that we've seen so far, yeah, he looks phenomenal to me. Um, Jay Play says, question is Manny don't get the job done. Um, we right now we can't really answer that. We don't know what Manny gonna do. We know Manny calling the plays on defense, so he has nobody to basically, you know, blame play calling on this season. You know, Blake Baker's gone. Manny is the DC. Manny in his own press conference, he says it feels natural. He feels like he just basically picked up where he left off when he was the DC anyway. So should be no excuses come any game we play this season. You know, Manny defense. Malik Savage says Manny at some points going to have to beat these Alabama, Clemson, Ohio States. Yeah, I mean, in order to compete for championships, in order to win championships, these are the teams you got to beat right now. You know, you got to be able to stump them up, holding teams like North Carolina, and you know, we got to win the Coastal, and you know, get over the hump, beat Clemson. That's the only way we're gonna get into playoff talks, national championship talks. Um, Orange Green Blood, what's going on with you? What's good, family? Hit the like button on your way in. Just make, hey, appreciate that, boss. So that makes you cooler, man. Morris says he missed it. That wasn't shown. Yeah, they put that video out yesterday on the Miami Hurricanes Instagram, Twitter, and then I guess they finally put out the video today. I say give the job to Reed Lashley and stay to DC. I guess it's salary difference. Yeah, man, that's not gonna happen. Manny ain't giving up that head coaching spot. You'd have to fire him, and I doubt he would want to give up that to Reed Lashley. That'll be a slap in the face. Who will get more reps? Ted or Nah, that's a good question also. That question can't answer for you, boss. Cannot answer that. Right now neither one of those guys are on campus. So neither one of them they'll be coming basically in the summertime. So right now we can't really tell who's gonna get more reps or whatever with them if they end up even getting any of the reps because with like I said, with Reed Lashley having a featured back, it might be hard for those two guys to even get any play time, seeing that they don't have any reps during the spring. So those two guys are already at a disadvantage. T Rock says, "What up, T2Y? You think King knee holds up? The pressure is on him in game one. I'm not sure if King will be even ready for game one. We're not even sure right now. All we're getting from the coaching staff, and they're just saying what the medical staff is telling them that King is on, fast pace to come back. And Manny even said it out of his own mouth that he think King is going to start for Alabama. So he's even brushing off the Jay Garcia and Tyler Van Dyke, talk. He's saying that basically, King will be back for game one. So I'm not sure how that knee is going to be. I'm not sure if King is going to be 100% or not, but from their prediction and from their medical staff, they think he'll be back. But if that knee don't hold out in game one, then that might be it for King's career, especially as a quarterback. And that'll be sad and tough. But if, like I said, if that knee is not fully healed, if I was King, I know this is his last year of eligibility in college. His last, basically, the last time that he basically got to put together something to impress scouts in the NFL to have a job in the NFL. So I don't know if he'll be that type of person to be like, okay, I know I'm not 100%, maybe I'm at 80 or 90, but I still want to come back and play. I got something to prove. So like I said, that's a knee injury. Most guys don't come back from it as fast as they're, projecting him to come back. So most guys take a year or two to even, fully heal from that. So who knows? I hope he's at 100% game one. If that's the case and he come back 100%, no problem with the knee. I feel confident in him, but at the same time, I won't, know how rusty he is. Basically, I won't know if he's, the King that we seen last season, or will he be a little bit more sluggish? Will he be? Will his mentality change too? Will he start sliding more and stop taking hits and contact? Will he run out of bounds more? Will he be more hesitant to run? Because he's a predominantly mobile quarterback. He's a predominant runner. So will we see that same King, or will that injury affect him that way? Where we at? Kane Juice 305. When is the spring game? The spring game is on the 17th. On the 17th on the ACC network, and that'll be at 11 a.m. in the morning. 11 a.m. It's no fans in the stands as of right now, and according to Manny Diaz, that might not change. So you could go ahead and say basically no fans in the stands, but April 17th. Yeah, next Saturday. Not this Saturday coming, but next Saturday. The Saturday after that. And if for most of you guys that don't have ACC network, you can use YouTube to actually watch the ACC network. All you got to do is sign up for the 2 weeks free trial of YouTube TV. I did it last week to watch the Clemson spring game. So you sign up for the 2 weeks, whatever, and then cancel it. If you don't cancel it, I'm gonna tell you this: if you forget to cancel it, they will charge you $64 a month. So you gotta remember, hey, watch the Miami Hurricane spring game, then cancel it. It's a free trial. You watch it for free. You don't have to, go looking for places to watch it. You can watch it right there on YouTube, right off your phone, right off, your computer or whatever, your TV. But don't forget, if you do not want that service, don't forget to, unsubscribe from the service, because you will be paying $64 a month. That's a 14-day free trial. So for anybody that don't have ACC network and needed a way to watch it, that's a way right there. All right, let me see where we at. Who do you feel a better striker? Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. I think my answer right now will probably be a little bit more biased towards Carter, because we all see how physically, we all seen the hits that he put out. We all see that, at the safety position, he doesn't have the best hips. We all can see that. We all been, over the years, we all been saying that he should move down to linebacker. So for him to come down to linebacker now and to play striker, I think my answer would be a little bit more biased towards Carter. So it's because, most of us going to be a lot more intrigued in seeing him at striker. I mean, Fearson, don't get me wrong, he's doing pretty good, but I think it's just a mind thing. We all would want to see what Carter would do at linebacker, because we know he got speed. We know he can hit. So that it might be the perfect fit for him. So yeah, like I said, my answer might be a little bit more biased towards Carter on that one. Morris says, your opinion, who starts at wide receivers? If we're doing three wide receivers, for right now, I would say Mike Harley. I would go with Charleston Rambo, the transfer. And that third one, I got a couple names, but I'm not set on any of those guys yet. But I would go with Xavier Restrepo. He's been doing pretty great, getting a lot of catches, putting his all out. He go all out when it's practice and scrimmages and everything. So I put him in there, Redden, and I think it's probably I've seen Mike Harley, not Mike Harley. I'm sorry. I've seen Mark Pope and I've seen D Wiggins, in these practice and these films that they've been showing. It looks like they're catching the ball a lot better. So I'm not gonna count them out, but I do give Xavier Restrepo a lot more respect than I would, put on those guys' names based on, the drops and everything. But to their defense, they've been catching the ball a lot better in practice from what I've been seeing. But Xavier, Michael Redden, Keyshawn Smith, I can't forget Keyshawn Smith, and, Mark Pope or D Wiggins. That's the third position. But I think those other two guys would definitely be Mike Harley and Charleston Rambo. The other slot, the other spot for the wide receiver, I think would be wide open for basically competition. And don't get me wrong, I don't even think Charleston Rambo is a definite answer. I just think he's a lead in the pack right now. Sergeant AR-10, what up, boss? He said Jalen Phillips to the Vikings at 14. Hmm. It's a lot of mock drafts, so just gotta sit back and watch the draft play out. I've been, like I said, in my last show, we went on and we looked at all these mock drafts. These guys are all over the place. You know, nobody knows exactly where anybody's going to land in the draft. So some of them have, Jalen Phillips going from 11. They got him going to what the teams were. I seen the Dolphins in one, seen the Vikings in another. We seen a couple other teams too, but these mock drafts, they really don't know where people's going to land. He said, "How's cornerbacks looking?" Tough to say, bro. Tough to say. It's tough to say what really going on at the cornerback position. They've been very secretive this season with practices. They've been very secretive with the amount of highlights that they give out and stuff like that. So it's hard to tell whether or not who's going to emerge corner wise. Now, I have been hearing a lot of good things, from Tariq, but names like Couch, Isaiah Dunson, and those other guys, DJ Ivy. I know Al Blade's situation is a lot different because, he's basically going to have to work his way back in. But we haven't been getting any information. We haven't been seeing film. They haven't even been showing us drills or anything. Once in a while, we'll see like a little glimpse of any of those guys, basically in the little 2-minute clips that they give us. So it's hard for me to tell who's doing well or whatever. And we basically can't really go by the press conference that these kids are, answering to reporters because they're trained. They train them how to answer questions. They train them not to, talk down on anybody on the team, say you're better than anybody, compare anybody to anybody else. It's washed. It's washed down. They basically can't say nothing, basically. So it's hard to tell what's going on at the cornerback position, to be honest with you, Malik. Pope says 36 in the chat. We need 36 like. Yeah, y'all hit that like button. 43 right now. Hit that like button if you haven't already hit that like button. BVD in the building. What's going on, BVD? If you guys don't know, BVD is a Tennessee Vol fan. He has his own YouTube channel. Y'all can go check him out right now. I know it's a miserable time for Tennessee, man. So AT2Y, where you see BVD going in the draft round, seeing that you're a Tennessee guy, I got caught, with the McDonald money and everything. You don't need to go to the draft. You already been paid. Oh man. Yeah. Let me see where we at. Jordan, we got Jordan here. Wait, what happened to? Oh, okay, here we go. He said we might not be looking the best this spring because of injuries, but the culture is definitely changing in Tallahassee for sure. Bro, Tallahassee is gonna see a lot more downtime than they're gonna see any glimpse of coming back to glory, basically. Right now, you got to look at Tallahassee for what it is. You got a lot of delusional fans in Tallahassee. A lot of fans think they're going to have a great season, a better season than they did last. Because when you look at Tallahassee, They are depleted. Their team is depleted. The depth that they have in certain positions, I don't even think they might make it through the whole season. To be honest, one or two injuries here and there, and I don't wish no injuries on Tallahassee or any other team, but injuries here and there could ruin their season. They might be forfeiting games, or they might be having guys playing multiple positions just to make it through the season. So when you have that much issues going on to where you can't even play a solid spring game, you could tell the season's not going to be that well. Because if Florida State don't go into that transfer portal come summertime and get some guys to fill up some of them depth, they might be in a lot of trouble. They might be in a lot of trouble. And when they do go into the portal, what quality are they going to pull? Who's going to fill that depth for them, and how good are these guys going to be? Because some of the top guys might not want to go to Florida State. Some of them might want to go elsewhere. So I think Tallahassee, it's going to be a down year for them. It's tough. Hey, down year for them means another whooping for another whooping. We're going to hand to them 5 in a row. I'm calling it right now, 5 in a row. If you're a Canes fan and you don't think we beat in Florida State this season, or you think they're going to be a challenge, I don't know what to tell you. What's your email, T2? I want to send you my number and see about getting you on a co-host. Hey, I'll send I'll put my email in the chat for you on BVD. Yeah, BVD. If you're still watching my email, I just posted it in the chat, so you can hit me up on my email and I'll get back to you. All right, say the players. Oh. Then it says, that's laughable. Culture change in Tallahassee. Man. Oh, speaking of Tallahassee, so today they basically announced that 2024 and 2026 we added FAMU to the schedule. So both of those games will be in the Hard Rock. So FAMU will take a trip down to Miami, and we'll pummel them, beat them silly like we do every time, and send them back home. Give them a nice little check. Cupcake game. Shout out to FAMU. They just got their Nike deal with LeBron James. So y'all come down here. I'm pretty sure y'all be looking pretty good in your little Nike jersey, and we'll beat the brakes off y'all and send you back up to Tallahassee. Shout out to FAMU though, because Florida State has been running from FAMU since the beginning of time. I think Florida State is kind of scared that if FAMU were to beat them, they would never come back from it. So shout out to FAMU. Phil said a lot of FSU commits gonna leave. Yeah, if they not mentally strong and fully committed to Florida State, they probably will. Because if they have a bad season and these kids weren't like fully bought into whatever Norvell's selling them, they might do decommit. But that's not just at Florida State. That's at every school. You have some kids that you lose one game and they're like, "Oh, I'm out. Let me go to the team that's winning the most games or whatever." Post say, "Y'all better stop believing this foolishness." Hey man, it's facts, bro. Your coach even said it out of his own mouth. He said it out of his own mouth. They are scared, man. Florida State is scared right now. They got injuries and they are depleted in so many positions. The depth is low. Norvell do not want to risk it. The typical going in and goal game that Florida State plays is not even going to be that. They're going to play one. This is from Norvell. They're going to play one or two. They're going to play 2 quarters of football. It's not even going to be a Garnet versus goal, really. It's just going to be offense versus defense. Because they don't want to risk anybody else getting injured and then, you know, the whole season they're getting beat by 50 or more by everybody. So basically that's what's going on in Tallahassee. Oh, man. I feel bad for Noel fans this season. he said, I'm spreading propaganda. I'm telling you, bro. I listened to your coach. I listened to everything he had to say in that press conference. 18 minutes of my life wasted listening to Norvell fumble back and forth and try to answer questions that he probably really in his mind don't have the answers to. And the guys that does ask him these questions, the war chant guys, why are they? Oh my! Listening to the questions that they ask, I'll be like, seriously, is these the guys that they give press pass to? Asking the dumbest questions, like questions that you could possibly answer them your damn self without even being a part of the program or even being there at all. Stupid. Taz Haitian Kane, what's going on, fam? He said, what's up, fam? I'm working right now, watching you live. Hey, appreciate you, boss. Appreciate you, man. Let me see. FSU recruits gonna end up going to Miami or Florida. Yeah, I could see that happening. DVD said, I got you, T2. All right. Hey, when you say T2, you got to put a Y behind it, BVD, because we got another guy named T2. You know, Terrence Lewis. I don't want these guys thinking I'm that 5-star linebacker that went to Maryland. Y'all keep Terrence Lewis in y'all prayers, by the way, because he did tear an ACL. So y'all keep him in y'all prayers. I know he didn't come to Miami, but nonetheless, keep him in y'all prayers. This I could tell you one thing: Travis Hunter ain't going nowhere. That's probably y'all most loyal recruit. Right there. BB say go Gators. Yeah, whatever. Morris Jones say, I say we get Palu. He's still out. Guys like Palu, you'd have to wait till after spring. You'd have to wait till the summertime. Because if Miami were to sign him, we would have to use a 2022 scholarship, basically. So, as you know, we used one already on Cody Brown, the running back from basically he had signed a letter of intent with Tennessee. So we end up, using one of our scholarship for 2022 on him. So if what is said is true, then Miami plan on getting like maybe 4 other guys out of the portal for depth and competition. Then we might get some corners and linebackers. So Palu is not out of the question yet. Now let me ask y'all this: with Randy Shannon joining FSU, how much of a pull do you think he's going to have on the recruits that Miami and Florida State are going after at the same time? Do y'all think that him being up there in Tallahassee give Tallahassee any kind of edge when it comes to the recruits that Miami and Florida State go after? Cupcake, are you serious? We're one of the top FCS Look, man, FAMU, HBCU, you know, y'all do y'all thing in the FCS. But when it comes time to play Miami, FAMU, stop it. Y'all are considered cupcake. You've been cupcake. Every time we play y'all, we literally blow you out. You are a warm up game. Now the talent in the FCS is different. You can beat those guys. FAMU plays FAMU play Jackson State coming up this season or whatever. They'll be playing at the Hard Rock Stadium. So, you know, we'll get the if anybody goes to that game, anybody really care about that game to go watch Deion Sanders and Jackson State versus FAMU, then you can watch it right there in Miami and at the Hard Rock Stadium. But nobody cares about FAMU, bro. Be honest. Be honest. Y'all are a cupcake warm up game for the University of Miami. The only team that is afraid of you guys is Florida State. Let's get that. Let's just get it straight. It's Florida State. They don't want y'all to own Tallahassee. All right. I think I rumbled and talked a little bit too much. So I'm gonna put the link in the chat for any of you guys that want to come in, give your thoughts and opinions, how you feel on how practice is going and all that good stuff. Now, keep in mind, you don't have to come on the screen like you see me right now. You could come on with just the mic, with just your voice. You don't have to show yourself if you don't feel like being on camera. Just allow the mic, but don't allow the camera. If you want to come on and show yourself, you think you're a handsome dude or whatever, and you're not afraid to show your face or whatever, then you could do that too. But the link is in the chat right now. For anybody want to give their thoughts and opinion, quarterback battle, running back situation, linebacker situation, Amari Carter, all that good stuff. You want to give your thoughts and opinion, hit that link and come on in. Let me get caught up with the chat a little bit. How many wins you see TVD winning if we had to plug him in? I can't really answer that right now. Let's just say we plug him in and he start, he looks good or whatever. Then I can make an evaluation. But I haven't seen much from TVD to actually say, how much he would win or what he would do. What's going on, boss?
Am I right? Okay. All right. You can hear me?
Yeah.
You can hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
I just want to say what's up, Cash fam. And I want to say what's up, channel, everybody. Hit the likes button. Hit the like button. It's
Yes,
free.
sir.
It's free. Subscribe if you new. But I just got to say Jake Garcia needs to be the starting quarterback. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say.
Why you say that, though?
Just because I think he just got that confidence to do it. I mean, I know everybody be like, he needs to sit down and wait, blah, blah, blah. But hey, look, it is what it is. You play your best hand, and right now to me, that's gonna be the best hand right now. Everybody gonna be like, he gonna freeze up against Alabama. Well, TVD hasn't shown nothing either in them little 4 snaps. You go look on YouTube. Just saying, I don't care what he do at practice, but in the game, he freezes up himself.
Hmm. So you think he's on a different level than Tyler Van Dyke, basically?
I mean, you seen the stat. I mean, we don't know who threw the interception or whatever, but 188 passing yards over somebody that been at the university for 2 seasons, which had 118 passing yards in the first scrimmage. That's pretty dang on the person.
And keep in mind too, he wasn't even practicing like Tyler Van Dyke was. He was limited until the day they just threw him out there basically on that scrimmage day.
Yep. So
for him to go out there and put up the numbers, hey, that's incredible.
I'm gonna speak volumes, man. And then for what is Amari Carter now going to striker, right? You see what the other freshmen, pretty much freshmen doing. He's showing out. So hey, you gotta play your best player.
Um, Brother Jay Blaze, what's going on with you? They came coming through. Much love to you to our question. What do you think about spring practice so far? So far, I like the fact that all positions are open, open competition. I would like to see a little bit more of this competition, to make some more evaluations of my own. Unfortunately, we don't get to see that. So, but from all the things that you listen to the players, you listen to the conferences and everything like that from the coaches, and you try to get as much information as possible from that. But it's tough to call. It's tough to call. You can't really tell. Other than Mike Harley, you can't really tell who's going to be a starter anywhere. To be honest, so spring, I think for Miami is going pretty well, but for us as fans, it's hard to tell what's going on because we're not seeing and we're not hearing. It's like these conferences. These kids have been trained so well to answer politically that we can't get nothing out of them.
Well, I feel like these the scrimmage, all the clips they showing. I feel like Manny got a good idea. Spring game and practices don't equal up like it used to. So ain't no point of getting everybody hyped about seeing the whole scrimmage, everybody showing out, and then after they come to game time, where the hell they went? They ain't show up for the game.
Hmm.
You gotta wait.
What up, Hurricane Kilo? What's going on with you?
Kilo, what happening? How you feeling?
Everybody in the chat saying, "What up, CJ?"
What up with y'all, man? I'm back. Let me go see what the chat looks like. What y'all got going on? What y'all cook? What y'all eat? Hey, what
Now,
OG Kane at? I need them tacos.
he was here earlier. Let me see. Battle tested Kane. TVD seems lazy in the pocket. Um,
Battle tested. Like I said, uh, when we put TVD in, I don't know what game it was. I was watching on YouTube. For the little 4 plays that he got in, he forced the ball in the coverage, and he panicked when he had pressure. That's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. And then he built up like a tight end too. So maybe we should transition him to tight end in the future. I like transitioning players that I see that I don't think are gonna work out in that position. But that's just me.
Now, from what I hear from Jay Garcia said basically he's mobile, but you're not gonna get no 80-yard runs out of him and this and that. He might go pick up a 10-yard, might go pick up the first down and run out of bounds or something like that, or take off to pick up the extra yardage. But you're probably not gonna get no, you know, king type of runs basically.
Garcia is a quarterback. He scrums when needs to. He gets the yards he needs to get. He don't get no athletic run, but he's a true quarterback. That's why he's not gonna get them King rushing yards because King is an athlete.
You know. Now a lot weighs on King this season too. If King come back and he's not 100%, it might be a tough thing to talk about. But there goes his career basically.
Yeah.
Because
I
this
would
is
like I said before, I would not use King as quarterback. I would use him as a decoy on some packages to throw the teams off. You know what I'm saying? Use him as a decoy, but I would not put him at quarterback because that leg ain't gonna be 100%. I don't care how fast he does the rehab. I don't care how much he feels he ready. His best bet. I can't talk, man. I think I work. Sorry, y'all. His best bet is to go ahead, keep rehabbing during the season, and when he get at least 90, 93, 95%, start going up for a wide receiver and try to practice on that. So when he goes to the NFL combine, he can go ahead and do that. Because him trying to be quarterback, he don't want to go out like Francois did against Alabama. And that's the first team we play this season.
hmm. So you think him going up against Alabama the first game will be a bad mistake?
It would be a horrible mistake because because one thing about a player gonna want to come back. But when it comes to those cuts and it's different when Adrian Peterson came back from. You're a running back. You need your cuts and stuff like that. You can adjust to it, but you just ain't gonna hit it like you used to. But at the same time, you'll gain 3-4 yards. Running back are known for gaining no more than 4 to 5 yards a carry. Some 2 or 3. So it doesn't look different too bad. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna look too bad. But when it comes to quarterback, you need your leg to plant your foot. They teach you. You have to plant your feet to throw that ball. Some can throw
Mm-hmm.
and run. Some can throw and run now. But if you're gonna be in that pocket, you need your leg, need everything to plant your foot to get that ball off correctly. But if you ain't got that power like that, strength in that leg like you used to, oh, you might well count today. But and then see, King wasn't already a consistent, accurate quarterback. So at the end of the day, you take that leg away and it's not 100%. It's gonna look horrible. And then you can't run away from Alabama, because Alabama gonna have the defense line coming at you in linebacker. So what you gonna do? Take the sack. And if they land on your leg wrong, you back out.
Hmm. Now, Orange and Green Blood says Garcia is used to having to win the job. He moved across the country to be able to play.
Yeah,
He won the job from a decent quarterback. Garcia will compete.
yeah.
No doubt about that. OGB. You know, I
See,
definitely I feel it. You could feel it with Garcia, man. Dude is confident. It's like you could feel the cockiness from him because he got that confidence in himself that he knows what he brings to the table. This is a guy that the running backs and the center, even Corey Gainer and all those other guys are saying that basically he's staying behind. He's got wide receivers out there. They running the route trees and everything. He's out there. He's trying to get everything down pat. So
and
this
I
is a
and I put
guy that's. Oh, go
and
ahead.
the thing is, and another thing is, because being T2, I talked off live before that I said that, and he agreed. This man came from California. He don't played over there, and I think, don't get me wrong, he might have won a state championship over there. He comes to Georgia, a state that's in the heart of the SEC conference, and he comes here, wins the starting job, and wins the state championship in Georgia. If you don't think he's ready, I don't know what to tell you. Because he played against some of the players that's going to be in the college in UGA, Alabama, LSU. He don't play against some guys.
Hmm.
Some of them.
All right. So you got a question here from Big Rocco. Do y'all think King can get good yards against Bama, or will their athletes expose him?
He
I'm gonna
already was
you go ahead.
that man was already exposed last season. Clemson did it first. North Carolina second. I mean, Alabama's just gonna shut him down. I mean, it's not even gonna be a question. It's not even gonna be no answers. Y'all just gonna be looking like, dang, we should have just went ahead and put Garcia in, because TVD gonna let you down when it comes to game time. He gonna let you down. But
Yeah,
Garcia,
I'm not gonna count TVD out yet. Like I said, I'm pro Garcia. I'm more biased to Garcia in that whole quarterback battle thing or whatever. I'm leaning on Garcia's side, but I'm still not gonna count TVD out.
okay,
'Cause,
I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna count TV. I count TVD out because the fact is that he wasn't even in competition against Perry. Okay, remind you, King came in and took the job. So QB1 King, Perry 2. Matoka got in before TVD in a couple of games last season. So yeah, I'm gonna count TVD out.
hmm. Like I said, they pretty hyped on him this season, man. Like I said, they've been saying that the transformation from last season to this season, they saying he is a beast. So I'm not gonna
Why?
count him out.
Let me tell you something. Don't think about it. You could be a beast of practice because you have a teammate. Okay, I could be a beast against my teammate, but when it comes to, let me tell you something. Quick short
Uh,
story. Quick short story. I'm at practice. I'm
Hold on,
defense tackle.
you going in and out a little bit.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you, but you froze.
Oh, okay. You hear me now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. quick short story. I played defense at practice. I would kill a 325 player that was my teammate. We went to go play Utah Alabama. 325 offensive linemen. He dominated. Just because the fact you dominate your teammate does not mean you will dominate an opponent that plays in a different city or different county. I'm telling you. I don't want to hear nothing about no high hopes on it. I don't want to hear that. See it in game time.
Hey, oh yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you, but like I said, I ain't counting them out yet, though.
I don't care. Hey,
Mo better Kane in the building.
What up,
Mo
Mo
better
Better?
Kane. He said, "Don't count TVD out yet, bro. You already trying to transition that man into playing defensive end and tight end." Oh, speaking of tight end too, man, that's another position right now. We really need some help too, because with Will Mallory injured, and some of the other guys, they got their own little injuries going on too. This the moment where we like, dang, I wish Brevin Jordan, would have came back.
It's all right. We needed to go ahead and move on because these guys, I remember college football, coaches used to coach. And what I mean by that, they used to tell players, hey, look, you ain't going to have as a player starting at this position. So let me go ahead and try you out here. That's how it used to be. Now, we got celebrity players already on the college football team. The fuck? I'm sorry about my bad. I ain't even curse name. But, we already got celebrity football players on the team. They're not trying to win the championship. They just trying to win stats to get in the NFL. Just saying. Because I remember when Coach Hayes came on here, and Coach Hayes said he talked to Snellenberger. Snellenberger said back in 05, 06, one of them years, when Coach Hayes was at FIU or whatever, he asked him a question at high school. He asked him a question. He said, "What's wrong? What you think is wrong with the players nowadays?" He said they're selfish.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple. If you're not selfish, you know you ain't playing good at a position, you would transition to another position and help your team win the championship. Plain and simple.
Now you and I've been saying this for a minute with the whole Amari Carter need to go to linebacker thing. So to see it probably going to happen, it's kind of crazy right now. But I think the whole fan base have been seeing that. I think every Miami Hurricane that watch Amari play says he need to play a linebacker.
Of course, but it took T-Rod to come in and make it happen. Because if leave it up to Manny, he will stay back there and stay. You know what I'm saying? You need somebody that's gonna be a coach. You don't need no damn friend. Hey, I keep cursing, man. But you don't need a coach that's gonna be the homie to a player. You need a coach. You know what I'm saying? You need a coach. And that's why if T Will would stay, I believe I don't even be honest with you, I don't even know the linebacker coach we got now, Ishmael. I really don't know nothing too much about him. But I mean, at the end of the day, T-Rod was the best hire so far that I've seen other than Red Lashley.
Well, unfortunately, with the whole T Will thing, he's moved on. He's defensive coordinator up there at UCF. So, we had a great hire when we hired him, but Ishmael ain't too far off. Recruiting wise, I think we're gonna get some good linebackers coming through the U again because of Ishmael, and he do got some deep roots down here and in Texas.
Yeah.
So we might get some guys out of Texas, because of Ishmael.
We need some. I'm gonna tell you one thing I can say about Texas. Texas, not only do they have some standout guys when it comes to big guys, but they also have some hard hitting safety. They have some hard hit. I'm telling you, they got some hard hitting safeties out there, man. And then if we get more recruits out of Texas, even quarterback wise, there's some gunslingers out there. We get that, man. But we got Jacory Brown. We got Nicole Perry coming in. So we got
and a lot of people are worried about the commitments that we got so far. So right now, we only got one commit, and that's Jacory Brown. But Brandon Cleveland and Jamal Johnson, both of them decommitted. But don't be alarmed because those guys been committed for I think a year or more. So the program is going in a whole different direction when it comes to those positions. So Miami basically reached out to those guys and say, "Hey man, explore your options." And if you listen to Manny too, Manny's not worrying about the commitments that we got already because a lot of these kids have not visited anywhere. They haven't
Yeah,
made any official visit. Most of the kids that we going after, that we fully targeting, their visits are set for June, you know. So, and some of those guys won't even commit until basically almost halfway through the season or something.
my theory about this commit, 2 years and later on commitment to 2020, whatever. I'm not worried about none of that until they sign on that dotted line. And I'm just gonna be
Exactly.
honest with you. They change like the weather. At the end of the day, we might have Ja'Cory Brown right now, and then they say, he see how bad Manny Diaz do. Oh, decommit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We can
I
only
mean,
worry about
even most of the kids that we targeting now, I see they dropping their top 12, top 8, top 10s and stuff like that. I can't get excited for that because if you drop a top 10, there's 9 other teams in there that you could possibly choose over Miami.
Yep.
So until you narrow it down to a top 5 or even a top 3 or something like that, or even a top 2, I can't put too much energy in towards you or whatever. I'll do what the basic fan do. Hey, go on Twitter, go on Instagram. Hey, Miami to the U. Hey, we want you. This and that. If Miami's going after this kid heavily, and we're in the top 5, top 2, top 3, whatever, that's when I'll start paying a lot more attention. But
What's
even a guy like Rice, I forgot his first name, last name Rice. Miami was going after this kid, and then all of a sudden, I think he dropped the top 5, top 8, or something like that. We was nowhere in it.
yeah.
So I'm like, some of this stuff is too early right now. Let these kids visit. Let these kids, weigh out their options. At the end of the day, it's their life.
Yeah, you got people gotta understand that these guys are not going off of what it used to be back in the days of, oh, I really wanted to go there, or I see the school and I'm hooked. It's more of who's coaching, what's the record looking like, does they have promise for my NFL career? They got so many things that they breaking down at a young age already because of the fact that they're trying to take care of moms. They don't care about daddy, but they want to take care of moms. You know, even Mother's Day get all the good songs. Daddy, Father's Day don't get no good songs. But they want to take care of moms. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be honest. They want to take care of moms, make sure mom in a good house. And they want to get to the NFL. They want to, so they sitting there looking at who can develop me. I think, matter of fact, was it Streeter? No, Coach Hayes had a guy on there. I forgot his name, and he was talking about he want to know who can develop him and help him grow as a man, and can he get to the pros? Like I said, it's not about just the pure passion of want to go to a school no more. It's more about what can I gain out of this situation, and which it could be because they're not getting paid for it right now. So it needs some kind of benefit out of the deal.
John Shields says no's are all excited over their recruiting because they don't have anything to feel good about.
Well,
I mean, look at it this way: 2022 class is not going to affect this season. All those kids committing, they're not going to be a part of your roster. These kids are still playing out their last season in high school,
right.
so they won't even impact your program unless you got some true freshmen on that commitment class or whatever. Next season, they won't even be a factor. You basically got to deal with what you have on the team now and build something off of the transfer portal. If you Florida State, all Florida State is trying to do right now is basically have enough players to even compete.
Yeah.
They went and picked up what's his name, Milton, and their whole fan base is now looking at Milton like, at first they looked at him as, oh, he's gonna come in as a savior, and now they're looking at him like he's not even looking better than Rudemaker and Travis Jordan Travis, whatever his name is.
Well, I mean, I ain't
Yeah.
gonna too much. I ain't gonna too much speak about Florida State.
I'll tell you one thing though, with Florida State, if Randy Shannon can reach into recruiting and pull some guys, then they might be competing for the guys in Florida a little bit.
I don't think that'll make a difference because if Randy Shannon ain't coaching that defense, I don't think it'll make a difference.
Yeah, but you got to realize Randy Shannon got a lot of pull, man. He's been tossed around the state of Florida for the longest. He's damn near been at every team in Florida now.
Hey, I ain't saying you said it, but Florida State, they I don't even want to talk about them because we can have a bad team right now and still win. So I ain't even gonna sit there and talk about them. And Judge, you know what you mean? 229 taking over to you, but they just got to get better. I don't know what they got to do, but they just got to get, because I ain't gonna lie, we need them just as much as they need us.
Now, I got a comment today on basically the Florida State video that I did. I got a comment from a Florida State fan by the name of Beast Mode, not the Beast Mode 98 in the chat, but just regular Beast Mode. This dude said he, as a Florida State fan, he don't consider Miami to be a rival like he considered North Carolina State, Clemson, and Florida.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you don't consider Miami to be a rival because we've been beating y'all tail for the last 4 years. Finna be 5. Y'all down and out on yourself right now. So you don't consider Miami. So how can you consider Clemson when Clemson's been beating y'all tail for the past 6-7 years now? How you consider Florida when they've been having their way with y'all for the past 3 years? Just the same. If they would have played Florida this season, they would have lost 4 in a row to them also. But in NC State, they'll go back and forth with NC State. But you trying to say as a Florida State fan, you wouldn't consider Miami as a rival. That's a slap in the face because at this moment, y'all are so terrible that we can't even benefit from y'all.
Yeah, that's true.
We beat y'all till 52-10, and it really didn't do nothing for us.
Not a dang thing. Hey, but you know it's gonna be worse this season though. It's gonna be higher than this season. It's gonna be higher this season. Mark my word, that score gonna be higher this season.
If we play that game. Forfeit that game.
You mean they might forfeit like they did against Clemson last time? Clemson flew all the way out there and they forfeited when they got there.
Taz Haitian Kane said, Coach Chad Wilson, that's his name, CJ.
Okay. Well, yeah, man. I don't see Florida. We had a bad team for first year Manny Diaz, and we still won against Florida State.
Man, like I said, I feel bad for their program. Plain and simple, I feel bad for their program because the Florida State Miami game was something that year in and year out, everybody look. This game had so much implications back then, and somewhat, with our down years, it kind of died out a little bit too. But now that we're picking back up steam, it's like now they're dropping off. So it kind of the rivalry is kind of getting like a little downplayed a little bit.
You know what? You sit there and say you feel bad for Florida State. Why? When we was on these stations, they wasn't feeling bad for us whooping our ass.
I feel bad for them, and then the next minute I feel like just laughing at them. Be honest with you. I don't know, man. I don't know. I like that game to be competitive, though. I like blowing the brakes off on them, but I would rather them come into that game with a strong team, so when we beat them, it's worth more.
Yeah, I mean, of course, but right now, I see us beat them a total of 10 times, more than 7, 10 times. I believe we're gonna beat them 10 times. because I think Norvell will get let go after a while, and they got to
I give,
restart him again.
I give Norvell about probably halfway through this season. To be honest with you, if not, if he make it through this season, I say the next season. If there's no improvement, because I do think they're gonna have a losing season again this season. So I don't know how much they fans could take. I don't know how much patience they have because they're not used to being this trash. They used to being trash now, but they're not
Yeah,
used to being this trash.
because they gotta blame themselves because when Jimbo Fisher left, they made the fault of hiring Will Taggart. You know what I'm saying? Because his records didn't show no good record. So you hired somebody that was pretty much mediocre, kind of building somebody with an extra 1-2 win, and then once they finally see that Will Taggart was not their guy, they gave him the boot for another guy that was just about the same as Will Taggart, if not worse.
Taz just said, T2I don't feel sorry at all. I was getting the business every day by coworkers at work at Publix, the FSU fan, when they were beating us. Yeah, I took a lot of beating too from them. The 7 in a row, the 7 in a row thing too. If you look at those games, they only beat us bad like one time, and that's the year when they won the championship with Jameis. I think they scored like 40 something to 13 or something like that. So that was the only year they actually beat us bad. But if you look at those 7 in a row that they did win, they were all close games.
Oh yeah. That comes from roughly because the fact is that not only were we still trying to rebuild our team from losing some of the scholarship, but also trying to find a head coach. So I'm not making excuses, but that's just facts. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, when you lose 20 something or 30 something, I think our pros.
Your audio going out.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. But for us to get to the point where now we got enough on the depth chart where we just missing a couple or maybe 3 or 4 positions.
Yeah, your audio still sounding a little distorted.
Bro. But yeah, I mean, I just don't know anyway for a little bit anyway. I gotta take this shot. Y'all see up there, yeah.
I'm gonna put the link back in there. Just click it again. He said Deion Sanders get hired to FSU. That'll bring their program some life. They should have brought him in. They shouldn't have brought Norvell in. I'm being totally honest. They should have never brought Norvell in there. Yeah, but you're a little low.
But yeah,
Say something. Okay, you good. You good.
Okay, like I was saying, they brought Norvell in, and he's pretty much close to Will Taggart's situation. So I mean, once they get rid of him, Will high because now you got coach like, if I don't do good in a certain amount of time, I'm gone. You're not gonna be able to afford a high paid coach with great experience. So it's gonna like I said, we're gonna probably have more than 10 years of whooping on them because they're gonna be going through a whole bunch of turmoil. So, but in the meantime, we have to focus on the quarterback situation. With the offensive line, the game, with the defense,
Yeah, CJ, you going in and out. Your mic sounds crazy, man. Your mic sounds like a Decepticon.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I just jumped off for a little bit. I'm finna go, y'all, because I gotta take a shower anyway. But y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe, and if y'all want to subscribe to my channel, I will be starting back dropping videos soon. Hurricane U CJ 87. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button though. Hit that
Yeah,
like button.
make sure you guys subscribe to CJ. You can see his name right there on the screen. So make sure you subscribe to his channel. Didn't you say you're gonna start back doing your late night shows?
Yep.
Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to CJ, man. If you're up on the late night, want to talk some Canes football, he'll be live.
All right, y'all from the live out, man. I'll holler at y'all. Y'all be good.
All right, the links in the chat for anybody that wants to come in and give their thoughts and opinion. Like I said, spring. I know we got a little bit carried away and a little bit off topic with the whole Florida State thing, but we got a lot of Florida State fans that do talk trash. So right now they down and out. They on the ground. They begging for air, and we just kicking them. We just kicking them. But anyways, like I said, the links in the chat for anybody want to come give their thoughts and opinions. Quarterback battle, spring practice. What are you guys expecting? What are you guys looking for? The links in the chat. I'll put it in again. Make sure it's fresh. And if you're a Florida State fan and you want to come in here and defend your team, you're more than welcome to. Ain't much to defend, but that y'all got that options too. How y'all feeling though? Are you guys leaning on one side when it comes to the quarterback battle between Garcia and Tyler Van Dyke? Who you guys looking more forward to seeing? Would you want to start with a freshman quarterback in Jake Garcia, or would you want to go with Tyler Van Dyke? Keep in mind, Tyler Van Dyke has been under Reed Lashley's system for a year or so now. So, just like I said, hit the link. You don't have to come in with your video. You can come in with just audio. If you don't want to show your face, that's fine. Oh man, Bahamas says CJ's on that laundromat Wi-Fi. Oh man. That's why I never really do lives from my phone. I got T-Mobile, but you never know when these services, these phone services, will chip out or have you looking crazy or whatever. John Shield said, "Here's what's crazy. Here's what's funny about the Noles. They could double their wins from last year and only and only win 6 games. Man, that's tough, man. Facts, but tough. That's crazy. I want TVD to start because of the hype about his arm. Then again, Garcia because of hype overall. Yeah. Like I said, I just think Garcia has more confidence than TVD. From what I'm seeing and hearing from both of them, from listening to both of them talk, listening to how they handle themselves. Tyler Van Dyke, he don't seem like a vocal guy, and he said it himself. He's got to work on that. He's got to work on being a leader to the team and everything like that. With Garcia, it's like you could tell that he's well spoken. You could tell that he's the kind of guy that's gonna rally the team, gonna get them to be hype and buy into whatever it is that he's preaching. So I mean, hopefully he ain't out there like no Jameis Winston trying to eat no W's or anything like that. But I don't know. Plus, not just the vocal, but you could tell if you see Garcia work out, if you watch any of his workouts, because he says he does go back and watch his workouts and stuff like that, everything that he's been taught. If you've seen any of his clips or anything like that on YouTube, Twitter and all of that, you could see that he's very accurate. He does have an arm just as much as Tyler Van Dyke. So,
What's going on, family?
What's going on, boss?
I'm at work right now, but I had to come on one good time for your family.
What's going on with you, man? How you doing?
You can hear me?
Yeah, perfectly. Whatever,
Okay.
whatever phone service you got, you need to let CJ know, man. How you feeling though, boss?
Okay, how I'm feeling. To me, like I said, the best man win. Whoever win. My situation is this. My situation is this right now is that if TBD wins, let them play it all out. If we beat Bama, do not put King back in. Don't mess
Mm,
up the main confidence up. Ride out with it.
mm.
If Garcia wins, ride out with it. Whoever wins the starting position for quarterback, ride out. And I'm agreeing with CJ about King. He could do good. Do not rush him. To me, my opinion is they're rushing him to come back to play against Bama. Don't do that.
All
Let it
right.
ride out. Let the best two quarterback wins. If Garcia wins, so be it. TVD wins, so be it. If they play out, when we beat Bama, like I said, when we beat Bama, whoever that quarterback is, do not take him out the second game. Ride out with it. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I'm with you on that because that's something I don't want to see because one of those guys go out do great. Next thing you know, Keem back, they take him out. It's like a confident killer. It's like
Facts.
okay, it's like leaving the fan base with a question mark. Well, we seen what they did against Bama. What do you do against these other teams? And at the end of the season too, you got to look at it. Style points matter. How you beat teams
Yep.
matter. So if you go out there and beat Bama with a Garcia or a Van Dyke, I want to see them in the rest of the games. I want to see them go up against big name opponents like Clemson also, because
I
we
hear you.
know what we're gonna get from Keem. From defenses, we're gonna get a spy on him because they're gonna expect for him to run.
Facts.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, because when you look back at N'Kosi Perry coming in on that Oklahoma State game, it kind of
Oh
exposed
my God.
a lot.
Yeah.
It exposed a lot. It shows that this offense was limited. When you got a guy like Perry come in, he's mobile also, but he's more of a pocket present.
He was
He's more of
dropping
a threat.
dimes.
He's more of a threat. He could run. He could throw the flats without it getting patted down on the line.
You
So,
sure is right about that.
man, I'm telling you. And you look at the size of Van Dyke and Garcia. Both of those guys are
Yeah.
what six
Yeah.
four, I think 6'2" in those
Yeah.
areas.
Garcia is 6'2". TBD is 6'4".
Yeah, so you got guys that can see over the top. You could throw the flats.
Hey, yeah, TBD. I agree with what you said too. If you want to put King in, put him in as a decoy. If you want to put two quarterbacks in, sure, no problem. But please do not make King run with the ball.
Yeah.
Because he can leak them legs.
Yeah, like I said, if he does come back and they do start him, are we gonna see that same mentality? Because is he gonna be scared now? After you hurt your knee about 2 times, there's got to be
Yeah.
something on your mind every time. Hey, if I get hit, this could happen again. Is King gonna learn to run out of bounds? Is he gonna learn to slide? Who knows? Is he gonna be scared?
I hear you on that.
But I really think that if one of those guys win that job, King ain't ready. Put him out there and roll with him. I mean, unfortunate for King,
Yes.
unfortunate for him, this is last year of eligibility. So if he don't play, that's it.
I hear you.
But hey,
I don't mind him playing, but please, like you said, run out of bounds.
yeah, man, he took He took a lot of hits last season. I don't think I've seen him
Yeah.
slide before.
Nah, he never slide. He dove, but he never slide.
And I barely see him run out of bounds. Most of the time, he get pushed out of bounds.
You right about that.
So I mean, even with Garcia said, "You're not getting no 80-yard runs out of me. You gonna get pick up yards for the first down. You're gonna get me running out of bounds, picking up yards and stuff like that. But if you're expecting those, it might not happen.
I hear you on that.
And that's what you look for in a quarterback. You don't expect for when your quarterback take off, oh, he's going to go 60, 70. That's what everybody's expecting from King.
Facts.
Because that's what he's always done. But pocket presence, no defense is studying King to be a pocket present. So they put that spy on him for when he runs.
I'm happy the two quarterbacks we have, they totally opposite. Like you're saying, Garcia, he got that swag, like that South Florida swag, down pat.
Yeah.
TVD, he might be that quiet assassin. We don't know.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, that's why I keep saying, man, I can't count him out. I'm pro Garcia, but I still can't count out TVD. Because, like I said, he might not be vocal, but he might be a beast on the field. He might be one of those quiet guys.
I hear you on that.
Now, I know you heard that they going back to like premium. What's the word for it? Like running back? They starting to want to give one guy more, like 20 reps, and then the other guys, sub in and stuff like that. So
90 was talking about that. Jalen 90 was talking about it earlier.
Yeah. So my question is, if one of those younger guys like Jalen or Don Chaney, let's say they were to win that position though, what are we going to get from Cam? Because we see how he responded last season.
Yeah, and social media. Yeah. Okay. Woo. That's a good question. This is my opinion. I believe somehow they can make Chaney be the starter, and backup will be Cam. Cam will be backup.
Yeah, but my thing is, how is he's going to handle that if they do make him the backup? Is he going to lash out?
I doubt it. Except it be a team leader. Like you always told me, don't run away from competition. You're not running away from competition.
Yeah, you got to practice what you preach. You told that to Lingard.
Yeah.
Hey, if you ain't want to compete, go ahead and go and watch your business. That's what you told Lingard.
Yep. But to me, I think Cam, he came too far to back up from competition. I believe he accepted. It is what it is. Long as his resume can be 4-0 against FSU, he'd be good. He'd be good with it.
Yeah, not only that too. What I'm expecting from him, hopefully coming out of the spring, he'll have that. Don't think, just run. Because a lot of times we saw him dance in the backfield, trying to figure out which way he want to go. But then when we seen Jalen and Chaney came in, they just took the ball and they just went. That's what I want to see more from Cam, because I seen a couple flashes from him during a couple of the games where he just took the ball and ran. And I'm like, if he could do that consistently without thinking or dancing in the backfield, he could be a major threat.
But my question to you now, were they calling the same calling plays like they did for Cheney and Knight for Cam? I only saw that on one time against Louisville game. They called the same play that Cam ran and Knight ran on the right side. The pitch option, they just took off.
Yeah. See, that's a good assessment too. Because most of the plays that they did call for Cam, they were running him up the gut. So, with the old line not blocking as great as they should have, he was only picking up 1 or 2 yards here and there. So his numbers kind of pummeled. So we were looking at him like, he's not producing. And then when they put Jalen and Chaney in and they run those different plays to the sides or whatever, and those guys pick up great numbers, it's like, dang. All we seeing is, hey, they picking up yards and Cam picking up 1 or 2.
Yeah.
So our mind's already shifting. Hey, that's running back 1 and 2 right there.
That's why I'm assuming maybe that's why he lashed out. Maybe that's my opinion. It might have been that's the reason why he lashed out about this situation.
Yeah, even last season, I think Robert Burns should have been the one running the ball up the gut.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
But hey, dude hit the portal. He it is what it is. And even Perry, from what I'm hearing, FAU might be the front runner for him. FIU looking at him also in Kansas.
I don't see him leaving state of Florida. I agree with you because of his daughter. No, I think he's staying state of Florida. Yeah,
that's the same thing I said. So I think Kansas is a little too far fetched. I think it's way out there. Unless he gonna bring his kids with him, with his girl and his kid with him, I don't know. I don't think so.
But I still wish nothing but the best.
Hurricane Millie says Cam can't break the first tackle. That's his only problem. Well, I mean, he got the size and everything. Dude's a beast, man. When you look at him physically, he should. You would think he'd
Yeah.
be able to break some tackles. You'd be expecting some Derrick Henry type of stiff arms or something from him. This dude is built like a beast, bro.
I'm thinking he might be like what 5'10", 5'9", height wise.
He's pretty short.
But you think he should lose a little bit of weight or stay with the weight he got on for doing like endurance wise?
I think he should shred, like, because right now I think he's a little too muscular to where he's probably a little stiff.
Gotcha.
Because even when he get those breakaway runs, you could look at him running. You
Yeah.
know, good speed, but you could tell that if he was a little bit slimmer or if he cut some of that muscle down, he'll probably be a little bit faster too. And he'll probably have a little bit more dynamic to him, a little bit more evasive.
I'm pretty much teaching why I'm really excited for this year. Main reason why is defense. I'm not worried about the offense. I'm worried about defense. What we can do back there on the safety.
Yeah. Avante looking good too, man. They've been praising him, so I want to see. I mean, from what we hearing too, rumors going that Amari's coming down to striker, so he'll be playing linebacker like everybody's been wanting, and that's being said because Avante is looking like he's ready to be a starter right away. So if that's the case, imagine having Carter playing linebacker. You know he got the speed for it. You know he's physical.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, hopefully no targeting or whatever, no clean tackles, but
yeah, it won't be targeted because he ain't coming from way from the back with full speed. He's there already.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting to watch. And then my thing too is when they put McLeod on the line, even though he says that it's feels natural, and I mean we did recruit him to play defensive end, but they moved up to linebacker. He says it's feel natural. Jeff Simpson is saying that he's looked natural there. Manny's saying that same thing. So my thing is, come game time, what we're gonna get from McLeod is we're gonna get that same performance that we got from a Gregory Rousseau and Jalen Phillips.
Whoa, that's a good question. That is a really good question. To me, like you've been saying all the time, everybody say that you can't make somebody been playing like a position for good 3 or 4 years and expect them to go to another position and turn out be elite. It'll take time.
Yeah.
Eventually you pick it up, but not that. If you pick it up quick, I praise him for that.
Yeah. Plus, you gotta think about who he's competing with too. We got DeAndre Johnson out of Tennessee, and we got Williams also.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be tough to see. Now, hopefully, if McLeod ain't the guy and one of those guys beat him out, hopefully that's what we see. Not just put him in because he's like going on 6 years, 7 years now.
6 years.
Hopefully it ain't that favoritism, that seniority.
I don't think we'll be favoritism this time.
Yeah, but man, I'm telling you, man, I hate that we can't go to the spring game, man.
But you're right.
Like I've been telling these guys though, man, ACC Network is on there. YouTube TV, 2 weeks free trial. You can do it right now because in 2 weeks, the spring game will be done. So do the 2 week free trial, watch the game, turn it off again. Find a way to do it. Yeah, but what I'm gonna do, I know me. Come season time with the ACC Network, they're gonna put some games on there. I'm gonna make me another 2-3 accounts and sign up for it. Anything to watch it for free.
Yes, indeed. Man, law, anything free? Don't ask no question.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. The day that Godzilla versus King Kong came out, I watched that thing on my phone.
I ain't watch it yet.
Huh?
I ain't watch it yet.
I ain't gonna ruin it for you. It was a good movie though.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, man. But like I said, man, spring game is going to be our best bet of actually seeing this team, be able to judge Garcia or Tyler Van Dyke because we'll be able to see it now.
Yeah. Oof.
So,
My question: are they finna get hit? That's the question. Or
nah,
are they finna get touched?
Yeah, they're gonna get touched. I've from watching Clemson's on. I watched Clemson's on this weekend. Dabo, if a quarterback decide to take off, he blew it dead.
Gotcha.
So as long as if they get in the backfield or they touch him or you feel like that play would have been a sack, you blow it dead. So I think we're gonna get the same thing from them.
So if they are they quarterback playing right now, the 6'5" quarterback, or is he hurt? Clemson.
Clemson's DJ Ugalala. Yeah, he's playing, but his backup got hurt.
Okay, that's what got me confused. Okay, I got you now.
Yeah, so that dude is playing. I mean, I don't doubt Clemson making it the ACC championship, but unless we make it to the ACC championship, we won't even have to worry about them because we don't play them at all. So unless we make the ACC championship, we won't even worry about Clemson. They're on the back.
I see we making it. I see we making it.
I see it too. I see it too, man. I ain't trying. Every year I feel something with this team, and I jump the gun. I've been trying to, hold back a little bit. Even on the Alabama thing, I think we beat Alabama.
Yeah, there's 3 games I'm circling: Bama, North Carolina, FSU. I'm not skipping those 3 teams.
Yeah, and Virginia Tech too.
Yeah, you're right, Virginia. Yeah,
but FSU, from what I'm seeing from them, I don't even think we worry about them.
You're right, but Coach Shannon, knowing him, he got something under his sleeve for defense wise. That's why I won't sleep because they rivalry too. I'm not sleeping on FSU. The way he's money whoppers, I want to get them. But
when you look at what they lost and the depth that they have in position, they can't even play a regular spring game. They got so much injury and so much lack of depth that if somebody were to get hurt in the spring game, it could ruin their whole season.
Sheesh.
I'm telling you, FSU right now is a shit show. Shit show. Norvell talking about halftime of the spring game, he gonna have the coaches come out and do something special. I'm like,
damn.
That's how bad it is. They're gonna play 1 or 2 quarters, offense versus defense, not going it versus goal, just the offense versus defense.
Oh, and no.
Second half, they're going to try to do something special for the fans. I'm like, what are they going to do? Have the coaches come out in cheerleading outfits or something?
Wow.
Yeah, that's why I ain't too worried about them. I think the only thing that can save them is probably the transfer portal. And they would have to use a lot of their scholarships for next season. So FSU is a game that I'm marking on my calendar right now, 5 in a row.
I would like to see 5 in a row with a different quarterback. 5 different quarterbacks. We got you.
Okay, we got an FSU fan in here. He said, T2Y act like mommy doing good. Why haven't y'all released any real good footage of y'all spring practice? We don't want to scare teams like FSU off, because if we put out practices, y'all might forfeit the game like y'all did Clemson. Y'all might.
Ooh. I like that.
Man, I'm telling you, bro. FSU, y'all got a hell of a show to put on this season. If y'all don't forfeit, I see 4 games on y'all schedule that y'all might forfeit because you might get blown out too bad. Miami, Clemson, Notre Dame, and Florida.
Oh, Lord. That's my main issue. Why Notre Dame won't play us? That's 2 teams. Notre Dame and Florida Gators. Why they don't want to play us?
The Gators, I don't know what's up with the Gators. They think they better than us, but record-wise, come on, man. We own the state of Florida. Record-wise, they 2 games behind us, but they acting as if they winning the series by 10 games or something. Bruh. At the end of the day, Miami's looking good. We looking good. You know, we got some depth on
That's
O
what's up.
line, D line. You know, we finally got depth where guys can compete for spot, and we ain't got no guaranteed starters. So
Yeah.
we moving in the right
Direction.
direction. There you go. We moving in the right direction, and for them, they're moving backwards. They're
Music to my
getting
ears.
worse. So it's like they can't stand it. And you know, me being the troll that I am, they definitely can't stand me. Oh man. Yesterday when I dropped that video about them, I was trending on Florida State.
I watched. I was laughing.
Man, I'm telling you, man. I don't know. I feel great. I feel good going into the season.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I feel like we get through that Bama game, we shock the world.
Yes.
Sky's the limit.
Oh yes. I gotta walk with a different walk when I come to work the next day.
Man, I'm telling you, bro. Nobody can't tell me nothing. Nobody can't tell me nothing, bro. We beat Alabama, defending national champs.
Yeah.
Nobody can't tell me nothing. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop my video and I'm gonna tell all the Alabama fans, all the Florida State fans, and all that. I don't want to hear nothing from y'all. Put y'all excuses down in the comment section. And then I'll tell all the FSU fans, hey, don't run. Don't run. We coming up there.
Yeah.
We coming to our second campus, kick butt and go back home.
Yes, sir.
They
better hope their quarterback do something this year. The transfer.
I'm telling you, man. See, they getting they excited right now because they getting a lot of commits. Not knowing that, you know, how these kids work.
Yes.
They start seeing you lose. They start seeing you get embarrassed. Decommit. look at Florida State for last season. When we blew them out, Louisville blew them out, Pitt blew them out, Notre Dame beat them. It's like all them kids on their roster start opting out in the middle of the season.
Yep.
And then all them guys start hitting the transfer portal. That's what losing does to your team.
You're right about that. Especially when we put the spanking on them, they actually started crying during the game. I'm like, God dog.
Oh man, it was great for me because I was right there in the end zone. I was right there at the game.
Wasn't it scary?
I'm just watching our guys.
They started crying and looked like he wanted.
Huh?
I think it was.
One of those guys, I think he put his. He tried to hide his whole face.
Got you. That was the defensive lineman.
Oh man, so you got a Florida State fan in here. Hey, and say Public's gonna fire your old boy for being on the phone.
No, they're not. I'm doing a double. Somebody call out.
Yeah, man. Hey, next week gonna be tough though, man. Cause I know my company. We got like 7 BOGOs.
Yeah, I'm getting hurt right now.
Yeah, we got like 7 BOGOs. Everything's on sale. It's gonna be a lot of work next week. Trust me, all of my bosses, they all panicking already. You already know one or two merchandisers call out that week. It's gonna be chaos.
Yeah, sirree. I'm paying the price right now. You 7 up, right, TCY?
Yeah.
Man, y'all don't put a beat down my ass today, bro.
Oh, the 2 liters.
Yeah, man.
6-pack and 8-packs.
Yes, sir. Everything on them full up. It's damn shame. I got a pallet right here of your stuff. Still can't go to the wall. My wall's jammed up right now.
Yeah, it's been like that. It's been like that. It's gonna be like that for the next 3 weeks.
Another pallet. Yeah. I got pallets, all the stuff. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, trust me, I know.
My court to call out.
Yeah. See, Wednesdays be my favorite day to call out.
You're wrong.
I'll be like, man, what can I tell them today? But hey, man,
Uh,
I think the U looking good. We going in the right direction, man. I don't
yes,
know.
indeed.
I think if we go out there and pull off a great season, sky's the limit, recruiting wise, competing wise, going into the future.
Yes, yes, indeed.
Yeah, man. I can
I just
see it
want us
now.
to win it all. Go all the way out. Win. When we win the parade, that's my question. What's the parade going to be at? Is it going to be downtown Bayside like it used to do back in the day, or is it going to be a different location?
Hold on a second. Williams with a $3 donation sticker. Hold on, let me go on regular YouTube because I can't see it on here. Okay, that's kind of weird. He's a my hero. Hey, William, ain't you a Florida State fan? I don't know how. If you're a Florida State fan, how am I your hero? I clown y'all every chance I get. Oh man, is it
But I do see us
2-2?
hitting the Trump Porter again.
Huh?
I do see us hitting the Trump Porter again to go get some cornerbacks.
Yeah, I think so too. Maybe a linebacker too.
Yeah,
Hopefully we get that guy out of USC, man. Palu. I ain't
yeah.
even gonna try to say his last name. You do it, man. I'm telling you, I'll be butchering names. Sometimes I'll be looking at these names. I'm like, God dang, man. This dude, mom and dad probably knew one day a guy named T2I was gonna try to pronounce this.
I'm glad you started saying his name too. Xavier Restrepo. You started saying it good. You used to say Restrepo, but it's Restrepo. You improved big time.
I used to say Restrepo.
Yeah. I'm happy you said it right, man. I was like, okay, he got it.
Man, every now and then I'll slip back into the saying it wrong. Or I'll just be like, man, forget it, Xavier. If y'all don't know his last name by none, that's tough.
Oh,
Man, I'm telling you, man. I'm so anxious for this season, bro. It's crazy.
you ain't the only one. You ain't the only one, T2I. You ain't the only one.
Right now, I got tickets for the Appalachian game. That's the only one I got so far because I gotta base my which games I get to go to based on my kids and my wife's schedule too.
Got you.
So it's kind of tough, but I already bought tickets for that one. I'm gonna try to see if I can line up another one because we got like what 6 or 7 this season.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got seven home games. So I can't wait, man. I'm telling you, beat Alabama, and then I get to go to the home game against Appalachian right after. Ooh, I can't wait. I can't wait to be in that building, bro.
Christmas came early.
I'll probably walk around the whole place, hammer gang everywhere. Oh man, I'm telling you, I hope they do some kind of tailgate.
They should, because usually when we tailgate, we'll tailgate Hooters. It's located University Drive in Pines.
Okay. Oh, we got Slim Shady in the comment. What up, Slim? Buddy said he didn't mean to say my hero. Yeah, man. He said Palu is a junior. Yeah, he's still a junior technically, if you base it off COVID. So this year is a basically free year. Well, last year was a free year. This year don't really, matter.
I'm gonna get back to work, T2. I'm gonna listen to you.
All right, man. Appreciate you, boss.
Yes, sir. No problem, fam.
All right. Like I said, I'm putting the link back in the chat. Anybody want to come in, give their thoughts and opinion, how they feeling? Tyler Van Dyke, Garcia, spring practices, you name it. I see Jalen being funny. I could see T2Y making a video in his car on how they lost to Bama. See, that's the thing though. If we lose to a team like Alabama, a defending national champ, which I think we're gonna beat them, Call me delusional or whatever you want, but I think we're gonna beat Bama. But if we lose to a team like Alabama, okay, we just lost to a defending national champ. We lost to a Nick Saban that been recruiting top 5 class for like what past 10 years, been winning championships for the past 10 years. If we don't get blown out by Alabama, what y'all gonna say? What y'all gonna say? Oh, y'all lost to Alabama. Ha ha ha. Let Florida State play Alabama first game. What you think the score would be? FSU fans, y'all play Alabama the first game. What you think the score would be? Forget that. Y'all play Notre Dame the first game. They gonna blow you out. So if we go out there and we play Alabama and we lose a close game, y'all can't say nothing. I know it hurts you. I know it hurts, and I know you guys want to control, but y'all ain't really gonna have nothing to say. Y'all just praying. Y'all gonna be praying that we lose by a blowout so y'all can have something to say. So y'all come back, oh, T2Y, you talked all that junk. Oh, I thought y'all was gonna beat Bama. And then guess what? On to the next one. Yeah, it say Nick Saban been paying them players. Trust me, I know. We all know. They made Rush take back his words, but what's said is said, man. We all know Alabama paying them players. We all know Georgia playing them. You know, it is what it is. Money talks. Love our chance. Love our chance with Alabama. The lost a lot. They lost a lot, and we got a lot coming back. Nothing beats experience, right? We got depth, O-line. We got depth. We got competition in each position. I would like our chance against Bama. We got 91% of our team returning. We got guys out there competing. They not just being handed a starting position. I like our chances. I'm riding with us. I'm picking us to win that game. Plain and simple. You say if you lose to Alabama, you also lose to FSU since both opponents are equal. Did this guy just say FSU is on the same level as Alabama right now? Florida State fans, y'all are in the chat. Y'all is reading the same thing as I'm reading. Let me see how delusional you guys are. Do y'all agree with him? Do y'all feel like FSU is on the same level as Alabama? Y'all really feel like FSU? Does anybody in this chat feel like FSU is on the same level as Alabama? Dumbest question I've asked my whole life. You said the Gators are going to really suck this year. I could care less about the Gators. I don't care nothing they got going on. You said we already played Alabama the game and beat us 24-7 with a starting injury. It's tough. That's tough. FSU did play Bama game 1 a few years ago. Yeah, we know. We know. They oh my God. Not yet. Hell nah. And nowhere near. Okay, so you do got some fans that ain't too delusional. He said this guy's huffing lizard farts. Oh, that's tough right there, man. 17 points isn't a blowout. Okay.
I need to talk to you.
Okay, I hear you.
Can you go, Mommy?
If we lose, I won't be mad. It's against Dan Mullet's wife mouth. Oh God. He said, nah, FSU isn't even on Miami level. Thank you. FSU ain't even. Oh God, who did FSU get blown out by last season? Miami, Louisville, Pitt. Those are the teams you should be probably comparing your team to. But you want to compare them to Alabama that blew out Ohio State. Ohio State that blew out Clemson. Clemson that you guys ran from. Because you know Trevor Lawrence probably would have put up 80 points on y'all. And don't say he wouldn't have put up 80 points on y'all because we put up 52. I know Trevor Lawrence could have probably put up another 10 points or more on y'all. So, oh man, that comment right there made my day. It just made my day. Oh man, T Rock says IMG better than FSU. Trust me. FAMU probably better than FSU right now. I wouldn't doubt FAMU beat them. They've been running from FAMU their whole life. Oh man. Man, Montre, I know you are FSU. I know you are FSU fan. So, dude just said y'all are on the same level as Alabama. So y'all competing for national championships now. I mean, y'all getting beat 52-10, but you competing for national championships according to one of y'all fans. That's terrible. Like I said, look, I'm putting the link in the chat. Y'all come in and give your thoughts and opinions on how Miami spring going. You know, they got a scrimmage game tomorrow too, so let's see if the numbers that Jake Garcia and Tyler Van Dyke. Let's see if they could do that on a consistent base. Let's see if any of the guys step up, and hopefully this time around, Manny will give us a little bit more stats than he did. Not excluding almost the whole team this time around, but link is in the chat. Anybody want to come in, give their thoughts and opinion. If you're an FSU fan, you can click that link too. If you don't want to show your face, just turn off the camera. It gives you the option to come on with camera or without camera. So if you don't want to show your face, you don't have to. You can just talk. But like I said, links in the chat. Click it. If not, I'm gonna try to wrap the show up in probably the next 15 minutes or so. Oh man, like I said, Montre is a FSU fan. He said, "Who said that? Drunk or high?" I agree with you, definitely. Dude said, "Dude said FSU right now is on the same level as Alabama. FSU can't even play their own spring game. They can't play Gordon versus Gold, but they're on the same level as Alabama." Oh man, somebody don't went into the weed dispenser and picked the wrong thing. Oh man, said Buddy had smoked one before he made that comparison to Alabama. Oh man, that's tough. That's tough, man. I'm saying not looking good for FSU. It will be a long time until they're good again. Yeah, they probably got like two recruiting cycles to even be, talking about competing. They got it, like I said, right now, they got a lot of commits. Some of those guys probably won't stay committed, after the season. But if Mike Norvell is still coaching there after this season, because might be a tough season for him if the fan base is still behind him. Right now they very impatient. Yeah, like I said, yeah, he said it might not be nothing for 4 years. It's tough. I don't think they fan base got the mental capacity to wait 4 years. He said FSU is like poor little Timmy. Oh man, it should probably make a poor little Timmy shirt for FSU, man. Hey, y'all tell Coach Hayes to make that shirt, man. Say he's a diehard fan because even when we on probation, well, he's a diehard fan because even when we were on probation, I was going for the U. We all was, bro. Trust me, we all was. Okay, so he said, "Hey, consider this: FSU Miami game is in Tallahassee. That should make it close score, right?" So you think based on skills and the depth that y'all got and everything like that, just because we're playing in Tallahassee, it's gonna be a close game. You ever seen a team get blown out in their own house? It happens every year. It happens to almost every college team. So don't feel like y'all gonna have no home field advantage. Keep in mind these crowds is not gonna be a full stadium. Keep in mind that you'll probably be at 20% capacity. You got to keep in mind this is COVID-19. Y'all should know a lot about COVID-19. You canceled about 20 games last year because of COVID-19. So keep that in mind. Ain't no home field advantage. He said, I heard Miami not having fans because they don't want to show the fans before it. Bro, we don't want to show the fans. It's going to be on national TV. The fans can see everything. They can watch everything. Now, this Saturday, when y'all play y'all spring game, y'all fans could watch everything. Ain't much to watch, but y'all got something to watch. You get to see the clownery that's been going on in practice. Listen to your coach. Listen to him. He's not impressed by nothing y'all got going on right now. He's not impressed. He's saying it plain and simple in the press conference. He's not impressed by nothing y'all doing in practice. He ain't got no confidence in y'all. Be honest with you. All he's talking about, y'all need to improve on everything. Straight up. Say, how do you feel about FAMU and Bethune-Cookman this year? I think it's a good move for them. Be honest with you, I really in the regular season I don't pay no attention to the FCS. I've been watching them now because it's springtime. Their games are on every Saturday. I broadcast and watch them, so I pay attention to them now. But come on regular season, I'm gonna be too focused on Miami and the teams that's competing around Miami. I'll be watching Miami. I'll be watching Georgia, Clemson, Alabama, Ohio State. The teams that are in position to compete for the national championship. So come season time, the SWAC, I won't be really paying them no mind. They'll be in the back of probably the. I won't pay them no mind. Just totally honest. Said Miami Miami 49, FSU 3 this year. It could happen. I could see it happening. They fans probably gonna be really pissed, especially if that happened inside their stadium. And shout out to Florida State too. I heard that they trying to renovate our North Campus. So we'll have a new stadium to play on our North Campus pretty soon. He said T2Y, it's a rivalry game. It will not be a blowout. And we already doing full capacity. Okay, do full capacity. Have your whole fan base come watch us embarrass you. I don't care if it's a rivalry or not. Right now, the position that we're in versus the position that y'all in, We easily beat y'all. We easily beat y'all. I'm just saying. I'm being straight up honest. We easily beat y'all. We easily beat y'all. If we lose that game, oh my god. Like I said, that whole week, if we lose that game, that whole week, I'll turn my channel into a cooking channel that whole week. I ain't doing no football videos. Y'all beat us. This will be a cooking channel for a whole week if Florida State beat us. Ain't happening. Yeah, we got another delusional fan. If King don't play, Florida State killed Miami. If King don't play, Garcia will probably kill y'all. Tyler Van Dyke will probably kill y'all. Then that'll be even worse for y'all, because then y'all have what? 5 different quarterbacks to beat y'all? 5 straight? Y'all probably hope King come back. Kilo said Norvell gone after this year. I wouldn't doubt it, bro. Going 3-9, they probably want to fire him. I think they probably go around 3-9, 4-8. And they got Randy Shannon, maybe 5-7. Yeah, it feels good. Feels good, don't it, Florida State, to be down, don't it? Y'all ain't got no probation to blame it on, though. Y'all ain't got no sanctions. Y'all just trash, plain and simple. No excuse for y'all. JMR says FSU better be ready for half of their commitments leaving after the season start. After they lose them first couple games, when they see them lose to Notre Dame, Miami, Clemson, Florida, half of them guys gonna decommit. Probably gonna decommit before that. You got to keep in mind when you get a lot of commitments early, and then you got official visits to school coming up, because the debt period is you. Come on, Florida State. Don't be too happy, man. Don't be too happy with commitments. Half of these guys are about to start visiting schools. Half of them going to decommit from y'all. Half of them, if they don't decommit from y'all, they're going to decommit when y'all start losing. Don't get too excited over these recruits until they sign on the dotted line. Plain and simple.
Yo te dije a ustedes cereal y leche. Tú te puedes servir tus cosas. Tienes que estar jodiendo.
Who's the biggest clown at FSU? Willie Taggart or Mike Norvell? Mike Norvell in the lead right now. He can't even get his words out in his press conferences. Slim, what's going on, Slim?
I just got to say, though, in 2021 in the United States of America, we take mental health very seriously. Okay? This isn't like the old days. If you need to sit down and have a little share time on a couch with somebody, you need to go do it. But you just can't be making ridiculous claims like that on the internet. You make people think you'd have bumped your damn head.
Oh, man. He said Florida State is on the same level as Alabama.
Yeah, and then they turned off the Xbox.
I'm telling you, he's definitely playing NCAA.
Man, he ain't even playing NCAA talking that. He way back was ECMO Bowl.
But he probably right, though. NCAA 2014, they just came off their championship. So he got to be watching. He got to be playing that game. You're right, Slim. He got to be playing that game.
Yes, he still actually thinks Jameis Winston's still there. That's even before he stole the crab leg.
Man, speaking of Jameis Winston, They talking about drafting Kyle Trask to the Saints and have him going ahead of Jameis Winston. They give Jameis Winston no respect.
Frankly, or Taysom Hill. I don't think Taysom Hill is a bad quarterback. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to get you to a Super Bowl, but I don't think he's bad. I ain't got no love for either one of them. Well, I mean, which is fine with me because, I mean, let's be honest. Until Tom Brady decides to retire, Tampa Bay is going to dominate the NFC South.
Yeah, I mean, how many? Don't Brady got another year?
And he just extended for another 2 on top of that.
Hey, Tampa's gonna be a team to look out for the next 2 seasons.
They wrapped up they're bringing back every starter from last year's team.
Yeah, Brady. Dude, Brady's at what? Seven rings right now.
Yep.
Hey, could be 9. If nobody gets in his way, could leave the league with 9 if he end up leaving.
You know what? If he leaves with 9, that'll give Tom Brady more fingers than JPP.
Yeah, but they're saying Kyle Trask might be ahead of James Winston, which is kind of crazy, man.
That really is, to be honest with you. That's odd. I'm gonna be honest with you. You would think that Jameis Winston would actually thrive in Sean Payton's offense, but I don't know. Maybe just Sean Payton sees what everybody else sees. Jameis, spends too much time throwing the damn ball to everybody else.
Man, I think Jameis Winston need to change his workout routine. I don't know if you've seen that video. Yeah, but I think you need a whole new workout routine.
I didn't keep up with Jameis when he was in Tampa. I damn sure ain't gonna keep up with him now that he's in New Orleans.
Man, because that workout routine was hilarious.
If anything, you must go get some more LASIK surgery so we can quit throwing the damn ball to the other team. One wasn't enough. We need another round.
All right. So anyway, forget FSU, forget Jameis Winston. Based on quarterback De'Aaron King, possibly coming back for Alabama, and Tyler Van Dyke and Garcia, the battle between them two is heating up right now. How you feel about either quarterback? If you even have any thoughts on either one of them?
I don't think the battle's heating up at all. I done told you before. I think Garcia's got a snowball chance from hell to stay in the field.
So you don't think he'll beat out Van Dyke for that spot?
I'd almost be willing to bet I've got the spot.
I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm pro Garcia. I think Garcia. After the spring game, if he's looking as good as the numbers are showing, and his basically the way he's talking and the way they talking about him, if he looks better than Van Dyke in that spring game, man, I'm gonna be rolling with him all the way. Especially if King don't come back in time.
But here's the thing: look at that. What have we seen? We've seen one scrimmage with a basic ass playbook, and both of them put up good numbers.
Right, but you got to look at it. Look at it too, King. Look at it too, Slim. Garcia was limited all this time until that scrimmage.
You're right. Now the second scrimmage is where you're gonna see the difference.
Right.
The second scrimmage is when you start getting into the playbook. The spring games when you really get in. Well, I say really, they don't really get into the playbook. But that's where you're gonna see Van Dyke being there for a year give him the advantage. He's going to know that playbook more than Garcia is. I mean, he's just had more time with
it. Yeah, like I said, but Garcia came in like nothing, picked up the playbook like it's nothing. Like, I mean, Reed been saying it for the past year now. His playbook is not complicated. It's easy to learn. Guys have been saying they learned that playbook in 5 minutes. So it's not necessarily that Tyler Van Dyke, been there on the systems for so long. It's just Garcia just natural. He just came in naturally and worked the system, put up great numbers. Doing his numbers was even better than Tyler Van Dyke's.
They're pretty comparable.
So I don't know. I'm leaning more with Garcia because I feel like he fits Reed Lashley's system a lot better. He's been playing in that kind of system basically his whole career so far, high school wise. We saw if you look at his film, like you said before, they're highlights. But if you look at his highlights at Georgia or wherever he's been playing or any of the camps that he's been through, you could tell he's one of those guys that you could be confident in being your quarterback. With Van Dyke too. Van Dyke came from where? Up north somewhere. I think was it Connecticut?
I believe so.
The competition up there, if you look at half of the teams that he played against, it's not on the same level as playing in the state of Georgia or playing in the state of California. I'm rolling.
Just because you're in the state of California don't mean you're playing quality competition. Just because you're in the state of Florida don't mean you're playing quality competition. There are plenty of high schools in the state of Florida that ain't about shit.
Yeah, but when you look at DBs and you look at linebackers and all those when you go up against, most of those guys are coming out of where? Georgia, Florida, Texas, California. You don't hear too much Connecticut and upstate wise. Most of the time, upstate you hear about linemen.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Dan Marino came from up there. Jim Kelly came from up there.
You will have a handful of those guys, of course. But
you actually have more quarterbacks come out of the Northeast than between the Northeast and California is where you get a lot of good quarterbacks.
Yeah, but nowadays, most of those kids in the state of Florida and the state of California and Texas, Georgia, those are the guys that are lining up at linebacker, corner, and everything on these teams now. If you look at the SEC, look at the ACC, look at the defenses.
Georgia, Florida, Texas, Ohio put out a lot of great skill guys.
Yeah.
Now Georgia's put out some pretty good quarterbacks over the last several years. Deshaun Watson, Trevor Lawrence. I think Justin Fields was from Georgia.
Yeah, Justin Fields from Georgia.
Yeah. And so, I mean, the last, 5, 6, 7 years, you got a bunch of good quarterbacks come out of Georgia, too.
Yeah, but I'm just basing the kind of talent that they played against. Because, I mean, the number one cornerback that, is committed to FSU, Travis Hunter, Garcia played against him. Garcia beat him, too.
Garcia's a year older.
Yeah, true that. But nonetheless, this is number one corner. This is number one corner. So you get the kind of level players he was playing against.
Now, as far as quarterbacks go, and this is another reason I don't think that you'll see Garcia come in and start. How often do you see a freshman come in and start?
Yeah, you're right about that. But
I mean,
right now we're in that.
All of them that have are top 5 in the country, 5-star guys. That's not what Jake Garcia is. I'm not taking anything away from him. Not saying he's a scrub, but he's not on a Trevor Lawrence level either.
Right. I mean, I can't put him on a Lawrence level yet because I haven't, seen him on a collegiate level. But I don't doubt that he could be a true freshman. I mean, given the position that he's in right now, he has that chance to be a true freshman. what we gonna see from him is yet to be determined. If he wins that spot, then we'll revisit the topic. But right now, I just think like I got confident in him because he the confidence that he's putting out, it's contagious.
I mean, that's all well and good, and much like the coach speak you hear in interviews, you're hearing the same crap out of players too. So that's why I take a lot of it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really put too much into what players say about other players because they're not gonna say nothing bad.
Nope.
They're not gonna compare guys to other guys because they don't want this guy looking at them funny and that guy looking at them funny. They want to keep the locker room, nice and friendly. But if you were to sit down with one of those guys and have a full talk with them, and they gave you the exact truth, you would know who needs to be playing, who's winning these battles. Manny don't even want to tell nobody. Reed Lashley ran away from the question today when they asked him about the wide receivers.
Go ask Nick Saban who his starting quarterback's going to be game one, and he's not going to tell you. No coach is going to tell you.
Yeah, because that kind of defeat the competition. If a guy knows that, hey, I'm starting, he's probably not going to go out there and give you 100%.
Well, not even that. Just as far as they don't want anybody trying to scheme for a certain player either. That's why a lot of times you won't see a roster completely full until, say, the week of the game.
Exactly, because not to mention you start giving guys the heads up. Hey, you start. You tell the whole team this is going to be a starter, that's going to be a starter. There's a thing called a transfer portal. Next thing you know, half the guys are hitting the transfer portal because they're not starters or they ain't going to start. And next thing you know, you don't have the depth that you need going into a season. So I understand why they do what they do in these press conferences, and I don't knock them for doing it, but we don't get to see and evaluate for ourselves. But it is what it is. I mean, before you'd have guys like Streeter that's at practice that could record and have videos, and you could watch these guys practice, and then you could make your own evaluation. But COVID-19 kind of messed all that up.
Well, like I said last time, we were talking about the videos you're getting from Streeter, you're watching guys run drills. You're not going to learn a lot from guys watching guys run drills because they're not there when they do the 7-on-7 in practice and shit like that. So you're not really seeing what the guys can do.
Yeah, but as a fan though, you can make a mental note of who's out there putting in more work, who's out there, doing the best. You can see some of these guys if they're giving 100% compared to another guy, and if they both giving 100%, you can see who's got the more edge to them. We got a $5 donation from Kane Hurricane Speed. He said, "What up, T2Y? Hey, what up, boss? How you doing, man? Appreciate that. That's a touchdown for the channel. Appreciate you."
I agree with you a little bit. You can kind of make an evaluation, but at the same time, no, you really can't make an evaluation based off of drill. And it's like I said, you can't make an evaluation. There are a lot of people saying, and I said this last time, Tyreek shit because he got beat by Mike Harley on a play. Well, name me a corner that doesn't get beat on plays.
Right, but at the same time, too, like I tell fans to keep in mind, we saw Tyreek get beat in one play. How many times did he shut down Mike Harley? If he had 10 snaps against Harley, how many times did Harley catch it on him? How many times did he shut him down? How many times did he pat the ball down? We only seen that one time when he got burnt.
You could pull up one play where Dion got beat. I mean, it happened.
Yeah.
That's why I don't put a whole lot of stock in it. They're not gonna set a depth chart, like I said, probably until the. But I wouldn't go betting your rent money on Jake Garcia playing. That would be the exception to the rule.
Yeah, Hurricane Kilo says every team in college football is scared for FSU and Miami to get back to the glory days of old. Well, right now we're in better position than they are to, get back to the glory days. Florida State is, they're depleted right now. It's tough to see them coming back anytime soon. Like somebody said in the chat earlier, maybe another 4 years for them. We got depth, we got competition brewing. So, we keep pushing, we keep getting high recruits to come in here. We got good coaches now to train them and everything like that, to develop them for the next level. So Miami can only go up from my point of view.
Well, there are a lot of things that factor into that. Making bad coaching hires and few bad coaching hires is one thing that's bad. And unless State gets that corrected, they're not going to get it turned around. If they find out that Mike Norvell's not the guy and you're moving on to somebody else, that's going to set you even further back.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking bad for Norvell. Coming off a 3-6 season, then you got a team that's depleted. You ain't got no position to even play your spring game. You don't have enough players to where if somebody get hurt, you might not even have. You might have D-line playing O-line, all that kind of crazy stuff going into the season. They might forfeit some games. A couple injuries could cripple their team unless they go into the portal and get some positional players. But what that's going to do to them now is take away scholarships for the next season for the 2022 class. They're depleted.
Well, I mean, the NCAA is already talking about raising the number of people that you can bring in, or not having transfers count for it. They're trying to figure something out because of the amount of people in the transfer portal.
Yeah, transfer portal is over 2,000 right now.
Oh, I know.
So I can see them. If they're gonna make that rule, they need to hurry up and make it quick.
Now also you also have to look at, it sounds like there's a crap ton of players in there, and yes, 2,000 is a lot, but a lot of those guys were walk-on players. That's the vast majority of them.
See, this guy say you keep saying FSU is depleted, but tell us where, man. This clown is a joke. Okay, so go ask your coach. Mr. Norvell. This came out of his mouth. His mouth now. That y'all are in so much heat in so many positions that y'all can't afford no injuries, plus all the injuries you got already. But okay, y'all ain't depleted. Y'all are good.
That don't necessarily mean that they don't have the bodies there. That may just mean that they don't have the quality bodies there. They
don't. They can't risk any of the quality guys that they have right now getting injured.
Now you want to talk about
They don't have the confidence in the backups that they do have to risk anybody getting injured.
Now, when you talk about depleted, when Tennessee fired Jeremy Pruitt, they had like 26, 27 guys hit the transfer portal immediately.
Yeah, Tennessee. I feel bad for Tennessee in a way because they probably won't recover from this for years. The transfer portal, if you go look in the portal, most of it you run into a Tennessee player in every single position.
There's a way to recover from it quickly, but you need a guy that can recruit on a level like Butch Davis was able to back in the 90s. I'll use him as an example. Or like Mario Cristobal can. You need that elite recruiter to be able to come in and they find, okay, we're a down program, we're not going to get the 5-star guys. But you need a recruiter that can find those 3-star guys that a whole bunch of people aren't looking at that you think can become great players. And you need a little bit of luck, too, that they actually do become great players.
Man, like I said, I have seen enough from FSU transfer portal wise. I've seen enough from them practice wise. I've seen enough from their coaches talking. Their coach ain't confident in them. So I don't know where the fans are getting all this confidence. But hey, close to y'all.
It's the off season. Everybody's full of confidence during the off season.
I know what it is with them. They're hype because of all the commits they're getting. That's what it is. Think about last season. And this came out of an FSU fan's mouth. FSU forfeited all these games, but they had no problem playing Duke. I wonder why is that?
Me.
That should be pretty self-explanatory.
I mean, I'm just saying, FSU, your schedule this season is harder than your schedule last season. I'm just saying. So I wouldn't be surprised if you forfeit a couple games this season. I'm just saying.
I would. I'd be completely surprised. They're not going to forfeit any games. And here's the thing. I mean, you're talking about Mike Norvell like he's in trouble.
It's not funny.
I mean, but when you look at the team, look at his team, look at his schedule, they're looking at another losing season.
Okay, that's fine.
You know their fans are reckless right now. They impatient as hell. You see what they did with Willie?
Okay, and FSU fans need to be smarter than Miami fans and quit firing people and actually give the man a chance to turn your program around.
Easier said than done, Slim. We seen it personally. We seen it in our own program, and they're giving off the same vibes right now. Half of their fans are already calling.
Actually, it's really not easier said than done. To be perfectly honest with you, it's very easy. You just need an AD with a backbone to tell the fan base to shut up. We know what we're doing.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, that ain't what they got.
That remains to be seen. I kind of agree with you because the way they did Bobby Bowden, but that remains to be seen. That was several years ago.
Yeah, they forced Bobby Bowden out. We know that. They forced that guy out.
Everybody knew Bobby was done. Bobby just wanted to hang in there. They could have done it. They could have handled it better than what they did, though.
He said if we forfeit games, it's because of COVID and injuries. Use your common sense. Listen, every team in the state of football, college football, this season, last season, they're going through the same thing. COVID is not just a Florida State thing. But y'all are so depleted that if a couple guys are out on COVID, you might have to cancel games. Miami didn't do that.
I don't think you'll see any games. And I don't think you'll see any games canceled.
I'll tell you one thing. What I thought was the smartest thing that Manny was saying. During last season, they had guys practicing at different positions than they normally play, just in case something like that were to happen.
Yeah, Kentucky had to do that. They had to play a wide receiver at quarterback.
Exactly. So when Florida State come with all these excuses and stuff, how do you cancel a game against Clemson? Like what? Was it an hour or two before the game?
It was I think Clemson had already arrived at the airport in Tallahassee.
Nah, exactly. Game, they was ready to play. They was ready to play. But Florida State, with the excuses, they blame it on Clemson. They said, oh, Clemson had a guy, had COVID travel. Come on.
Well, they did, so I'll give them that much. That actually was true.
But when you got a guy that tests and he's fine, he ain't showing no symptoms or nothing, and they test him and he's good, and the game was set to go. Oh, nah, we don't want to play. Y'all didn't want to play to begin with. We know this, man. We know. Nobody in this country thought Florida State had a single shot against Clemson that game. This wasn't a game where Trevor Lawrence was going to be sitting out like he did against Boston College and Notre Dame.
I
So
mean, you say that, but upsets happen all the time. I mean, hey, Florida State, North Carolina.
Slim, I know you can't say that with a straight face. Florida State upset in Clemson last season.
Why not? Syracuse did it. Pitt did it.
Last season, you talking about a Florida State team from last season upsetting Clemson.
Hey, I've seen a Division II team beat a top 10 team in the country. Anything can happen.
So you talking about the same Florida State that got blowed out by Pitt and Louisville and Notre Dame, beating Clemson with Trevor Lawrence, and their defense was healthy.
That's why they play the game.
That's why they didn't play the game. Oh man! If FSU would have played Clemson, Clemson would have beat them by 50.
And I would have put money on that to happen. But upsets happen all the time. Look at March Madness. Who the hell would have thought UCLA, who had to play in a play-in game to get into the tournament, would have made it to the Final Four?
Hey, I watched that Final Four game too. UCLA, they put up a hell of a fight for the game to end. For the game to end the way that it did, I'm like, God, that hurted me, and I'm not even. Man, I was like, dang, they had them too.
All I know is I was in on that betting pool with Lou and Pete, and fucking Gonzaga cost me $100. I was in first place until that Gonzaga game.
You said Notre Dame wasn't even a blowout. What was the score between Florida State and Notre Dame?
I don't remember off the top of my head, but I mean, it depends on your definition of a blowout. I mean, somebody said earlier, 17
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look right now. I'm gonna pull it. I'm gonna pull it up. They said it wasn't a blowout.
A 3-score game. That's like saying Tampa Bay didn't blow out Kansas City. Yeah, they did.
Let me see. What was that score? Score was 42-26. Say it's not a blowout.
That's a 14-point game.
Now, how far into the game did Notre Dame start pulling their their starters? How much points of garbage time points did Florida State get in that game?
Wait a minute. Did somebody just put in the chat that we're not having a spring game scrimmage? I'm gonna need you to go. I'm gonna need you to go check the facts on that, sir, because Miami is having a spring game. Florida and Florida State are not, but Miami is.
Yeah, see, that's a Florida State fan. Miami isn't even having a spring, just a scrimmage with no fans. Yeah, we having a scrimmage with no fans tomorrow.
Guess what? Fans
and we're having a spring game without fans on the 17th, sir.
Actually, I think there are going to be fans there.
Nah, Manny says nothing's changed. No fans. Nonetheless, it'll be on the ACC network. We're gonna watch our team play a spring game.
In Manny's press conference, he said nothing's changed as far as how they have it set up, and how they have it set up is with fans.
No. From the way he said, he had it set up that there was no fans.
Well, he has
his first press conference, he said there won't be no fans in the stand, and then his conference, the conference he did yesterday, he's basically reiterating that there will not be no fans.
I've heard different.
Yeah, even right now, there's no tickets on sale or nothing. You can't go,
Well, no, the tickets wouldn't be on sale yet. They never are.
and they're not gonna be. There's no fans in the stand. There won't be no fans. We'll just have to watch it on the ACC network.
Okay. Like I said, I've heard different.
Yeah, trust me. If there is fans in the stand, I would be in the stand. I would be in the stand, even
I
if
mean,
I have to sit on the even if I have to sit in the visitor side in the sun, I would be there.
I'm about to say because they would put tickets on sale the week of the the week of the spring game.
Yeah, what Manny, like I said, what Manny's saying, nothing's changed. We can't be in the stand.
Like I said, I took that completely differently because way back then they set it up. They said they're putting fans, and I was not a fan of that.
No, you gotta read the thing they put on the official the little fan app. You know the Miami Hurricane app that they got. You got to read the articles. Yeah, no fans, and
This dude just said Miami been trashed for 20 years. I'm gonna need you to learn how to count too, sir, because apparently you can't count. 15 is not 20.
he said FSU had to almost file bankruptcy. Don't believe me? Look it up. The whole program is in bad shape. They don't. They boosters coming through for them though. I mean, they talking about renovating Miami's North Stadium.
Oh, they finally
So
gonna do some upgrades to that trailer park?
yeah, so they're gonna upgrade the stadium. I've been seeing they've been putting out little visual pictures of what it might be and stuff like that. So they raised $100 million. So they got some money, boosters wise at least.
Hey, see, this dude's saying 2001 was 20 years ago. So you're saying that Alabama was trashed 2 years ago when they only made a New Year's Six game. So according to you, everybody in the country is trash except for who wins the national championship. Yeah, that makes about as much sense as wipe before you poop.
See now, Rose, that's a false statement right there. Y'all can't even afford y'all own stadium. That's incorrect. Miami chose not to renovate the Orange Bowl. Let's just be real about it.
Well,
It was an option. We could have renovated it. We chose not to.
no, Donna Shalala chose not to.
Well, we didn't choose not to. We as the fans, we would have renovated it. We have the money to renovate it.
And
We
see,
chose.
that's a dumb argument too, because the Orange Bowl was built in 1930. The Dolphins didn't even exist in 1930. They were an expansion team in the 60s. So that was Miami Hurricane Stadium. And the Dolphins rented it out to play there until they built, I think it was originally Sunlight Stadium.
Yeah. So Miami playing in Sunlight Stadium. Then they upgraded it to the Hard Rock. But we're playing in a the Super Bowl stadium. We're playing in a stadium where they just played the national championship. What are they
No,
doing?
dummy. Hang on. No, dummy. I'm not comparing going to the national championship. Miami was winning New Year's Six bowl games in 2004, dummy.
I'm telling you, man. You argue with a FSU fan that, trust me, I've been reading some of his comments in the last video.
I mean, okay, let's count this. Miami won a New Year's Six game in 2000, the national title in 2001, picked for the national title in 2002, won a New Year's Six in 2003, won a New Year's Six in 2004, played another New Year's Six in 2005. So where's the trash for 20 years? And also, Tennessee's been trash for 20 years because they're having 4 and 5 win season. Miami has 1 5-win season in that time.
OG Kane says 10-2 in 2017, so not 20 years. You mean Natty in 20 years.
Great. It took Bobby Bowden 20 years to win a national. What's your point?
Bobby Bowden is one of the most winningest coach in history, but he only got 2 national championships.
The only
FSU fans.
reason Joe Paterno has one is because Vinny Testaverde took 5 interceptions in a game. That's one Joe Pa ever won.
Oh, man. I think we got to ask the FSU fans that, Kilo. Wasn't Florida State an all-girls school?
Yes. Actually, at one point, Florida State seriously was a clown college. That's no joke.
An all-girls school, also an all-clown school. Come on, FSU. Come on. Y'all like the troll, don't you? It's so much ammunition.
It's window licking retards like that I have trouble with. But I actually have a lot of respect for Florida State's program because here's something a lot of Miami fans don't look at. A lot of Miami fans just look at the rivalry. But if it wasn't for Florida State, there wouldn't have been a Miami. And vice versa. There wouldn't have been a Florida State if it wasn't for Miami.
Yeah, we helped them out more than they helped us. Coming out of the 80s with all our runs and championships, and we helped them just as much.
That's what I'm saying. They helped each other. I mean, Bobby Bowden finishing top 5 10 years in a row. It was one of the big contributors to nobody being able to down Miami.
I tell you what, ex FSU fan, how many championships they have won without beating Miami? None. You went to one where you got beaten by Miami, and then you got embarrassed by Oklahoma. So I don't even want to hear that from FSU fans.
I mean, I give FSU this too. They got the only 37-year-old Heisman winner.
They got who?
They got the only 37-year-old Heisman winner.
Oh, man.
Chris Winkie was at least 35 when he won that Heisman.
Man, Florida State. Next 4 years, man. We'll talk to y'all in 4 years when y'all ready to compete and do some damage. But might not even be that because y'all might fire Norvell after this season.
I don't think they're going to fire Norvell after this season. I think, despite what the fans say, they're going to keep Norvell for 4 years, and then when Deion's contract is up in Jacksonville State, they're going to try and hire him.
They should have hired Deion when they hired Norvell. To be honest,
No, really should have.
Deion would have did wonders for them, recruiting wise at least.
It would have done wonders for recruiting, but Deion's not a proven head coach, and there's a lot of former players that it might be something bad about this. Hollering out former players' names. What the hell makes anybody think Ray Lewis would be a good coach? I mean, he could be a good motivational speaker, but he's got absolutely nothing on his record to show that he'd be a good head coach.
Oh man, Rose said he's tired of the 52-10 shit. Of course you're tired of it. I mean, if you get beat that bad, I'll be tired of it too.
Rose, well, guess what? Miami fans were just as tired of 7 years in a row.
Oh.
Guess what? It all comes to an end eventually.
You know how that normally they'd be like, oh, in the past 10 years, the series, 6-4. FSU fans are so they headed so far up their butt that they don't even say 6-4. They say 7-4. They go on an extra step to make it 11 years. Now here's another FSU fan being silly. He says 47-0 is worse. Keep in mind, Mr. FSU fan, Miami beat y'all 47-0 also.
Yeah.
Go look up your history. Miami also beat y'all 47-0. So that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing to laugh about. We could laugh at y'all the same way. We beat y'all 47-0 the same way y'all beat us 47-0.
Them facts. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like I said, most FSU fans are all right. You got a few stickers in the bunch, but some are all right.
I ain't got no problem with FSU fans. Most of the ones that I've talked to, they pretty cool. Rose cool. Me and Rose will go back and forth Miami versus Florida State all day, and he cool. He cool to me.
Now, see, now I'm gonna say this. I won't. I think it'd be good for FSU, like you said, from a recruiting standpoint, for them to hire Dion. But there might be a downside to hiring Dion because there's one thing in this life that primetime don't know nothing about, and that's how to beat the University of Miami because he ain't never done it.
Hold on, let me show something. Let me show this FSU fan something. Since he want to talk about 47-0. Okay, sir. See, this is the game results for Florida State and Miami. The series started out. Look at that. The first 9 games, we beat y'all 8 out of the first 9. See, if you want to go back to all of that. Now, let me find it. Okay, here it is, sir. In 1976, Miami beat Florida State 47-0. So what are we talking about here, sir? Oh, y'all beat Miami 47-0. We beat y'all 47-0.
Okay, now this salty Florida State fan thinks because I'm assuming he's saying because he played college football that makes him know more than somebody else. No, not really. There's plenty of people that play college football that don't know shit and just say stupid things in a comment section on the internet, and that's what you're doing. I'm not saying you didn't play college football. I'm saying you say stupid things in a comment section on the internet. So before you try, what was it? Before you try hurling crap like trailer park, quit saying stupid stuff in the comment section, hillbilly.
Oh man.
No, it ain't nothing but some fucking rednecks in North Florida. And go to Lake City, Florida. There ain't a full set of teeth in the entire city of Lake City, Florida.
Now, if you look at the full comparison between Miami and Florida State, they got a better win percentage than us at .668. We're at .633. But the big difference is 5 national championships to 3. To 3. They got 1 playoff appearance. We don't have bowl appearance. They have 49. We got 41. So they're winning. They're winning in areas that don't matter.
They got a playoff appearance, but let's not start bragging about that because they got blown the fuck out by Oregon. That wasn't even pretty. That game was.
You got 18 conference titles, and out of those 18, you only won 3 championships. We got 9 conference titles. We won 5 championships. Look at the ratio. Look at the ratio of when y'all win y'all ACC championships, what y'all do with it afterwards. Nothing. Sometimes it's like they say, you're comparing apples to oranges.
Hillbilly, get out your feelings. I didn't say you lived in North Florida, but you're saying you played football. You're a Florida State fan. So obviously that means that one can assume that you played at Florida State, which last time I checked is in North Florida, hillbilly.
So we beat each other 47-0, but 52-10 is still the worst ass whooping of the series. And highest point scored. Exactly. All the results are here. Let me see.
Well, Now he asked another question, and I can answer it. No, Miami did not share a title.
Let's
But
see how many. What's the most points Florida State has scored on us? Let's see, 47.
High 40s, I think.
That 47. 47 is the most points they ever scored on us. We scored 52. Let me see. Before 52, what was our highest scored on them?
Wait a minute. He played at Iowa.
Before we beat them by 52, before we scored 52 on them, we scored 49. So we beating them in that department. We just basically went over the top 3 more points with 52. So we beat them 49 to 27 back in 2001. Y'all remember that year, don't you, FSU?
And he said, "How is a redneck gonna call someone hillbilly? Just like this, hillbilly."
Oh man, they might as well go ahead and put this one in there. Miami,
No, 91 is not a title, dude. Stop reaching.
They might as well go ahead and put this in right here. Make this thing green. Miami 67, FSU 3.
See what he's doing is he's mixing up his year. 91 is not a split title, but 1990 was a split title.
You see that, Mr. FSU fan? 35 to 30. We're leading the series. Y'all are 5 years behind us. About to be 6. Catch up.
Once again, he keeps putting stupid comments in a comment section on the internet and then gets mad when somebody laughs at him for it. Nobody's armchair quarterbacking. Did you not hear what this man said 10 minutes before I got on here? If anybody wants to come give their opinions, it's called an opinion. Hillbilly.
I'm gonna put the link in the chat for him if you wanna stop putting stuff in the chat and come talk.
Come on, man. I got some trash for Iowa too. Them bunch of bums.
Mr. W Bellius or whatever. The link's in the chat. If you want to come in here and talk, you could come on in. I'm pretty sure.
Iowa, University of Iowa. We have a whole. I studied the theory of growing corn. Come on, man.
Yeah, we definitely should put up some numbers on them this year. we finna break some. I mean, this is the same thing they were saying last season. Same thing they were talking. They were talking that smack before. I remember me and Turn Tally on the show. They were telling us how bad they gonna beat us and everything. Miami, T2Y delusional. You think Miami got a chance against us? That's an L for Miami.
Hey, I say the same thing every year. Flip a coin and that game because weird things happen in rivalry games.
Not and this time around.
I've said that same thing. I say that same thing every single year.
Not this time around.
I don't care. Flip a coin, pick who wins that game. I don't care who's up and who's down. I mean, you have to figure. It was one of Al Golden's not so great years. Might have been 13 or 14. I can't remember the year exactly. Florida State only beat us by 1, and they were a top 10 team. So, like I said, weird things happen in rivalry games. I don't bet money on the game ever.
Since FSU fans want to talk, let's look at this. The Gators do the same thing to y'all. Look at that. When they first started playing the Gators. Look at that, Slim. The whole thing blue.
Good Lord, that's a lot of blue.
The whole thing is almost blue. Let me see what's the most points Florida put up against them? I see 49. 53. Oh no. We can't have that. We can't have Florida putting no more points on them than we did.
You know what's bad about that? They didn't even realize football was invented in Gainesville, Florida until 1990. Man, dude, you keep putting dumb comments in a comment section, dude. Be wrong. But you can't because you're getting mad about an opinion, and you can't prove an opinion wrong. That's why it's called a damn opinion, hillbilly.
So Florida put up 52 on them one time, and put up 53 on them another time. Oh, we gotta beat that. We gotta beat that. Let's see the most points. That's terrible, Florida State. Y'all are getting thrown all across the state of Florida, man. But anyways, man, I've been on for a little bit too long.
I want to rank this real quick. Florida lost 85% of their production. So they're probably the third best team in the state right now. UCF isn't what it was, but I think it's still a tad bit better with all that talent that they still have over Florida. So I'd put them at number 2. I think South Florida isn't what Florida State is right now. So I'll put them at number 4. I mean, maybe Florida State could beat Florida A&M. Maybe. Whoever this Florida State fan is that is filling up this comment section full of salt and tears, I'm going to need you to stop, dude. Because now it's just getting kind of sad.
Yeah, my bad.
Oh, you're good. And I think I really hurt this dude's feelings.
I think you did too.
He said, go look him up. He played for Iowa in one game. Damn, did he pull a Rudy? Was he offsides too? Did he line up offsides like Rudy?
Hey, garbage time, man. Garbage time.
Tatiana.
Hey, I'm not trying to knock anybody that played. You know, I never said I was a good enough football player to make it playing D1. Obviously, I played in high school. That was it.
Yeah, I played a little high school, and that was it too.
Hey, that's the majority of people.
The only college I went to was a community college.
Hey, there are a couple of them that got some decent programs now.
You said aren't Miami Hurricanes uniforms made out of recycled plastic?
Hey, Rose ain't got to bring that up. God, I hate this thing. That thing's so ugly.
The same uniforms we wear to beat y'all in.
Oh Lord, those uniforms are both of them. They come out with 2 different styles of, and both of them were ugly as hell.
A tough FSU. Mommy, I'm done. Anyways, Slim, I'm gonna cut it off, man. It's I think I've been on for about 3 hours now. Yeah. Spring. They got another scrimmage tomorrow, so we'll be on the lookout for numbers. Manny will give us a few stats here and there, like he always do.
Yeah, and you won't get much.
Yeah.
I think people are reading a little too much into spring scrimmages. I mean, they don't delve deep into the playbook with it. They don't, even for the spring game, they don't really delve deep in the playbook. Everybody tends to run a very basic package in the spring game.
Yeah, the spring game, all you really going to see is, situational football.
Yeah, situational stuff. I mean, when they get into fall camp, that's when you get into the nuts and bolts of everything and see what people are made of.
Yep. But, hey, man, appreciate everybody for coming through tonight. Y'all be easy. Go Canes. For all you Seminole fans, I'm praying for y'all. Y'all
Night
know
night.
mostly all of y'all are on suicidal watch right now.
Hey, before you go, since you said that, put the number real quick for the suicide hotline in the chat for the folks.
I don't know that number, but if I put it on the YouTube, probably will get me. Hey man, like I said, appreciate everybody.
Like I started this off with, this 2021, we take mental health seriously. We worried
Yeah,
about y'all.
definitely, Florida State friends, I'm praying for you. Um, if you need a guy that's a Florida State fan to listen to, go on Facebook and look up this FSU fan by the name of Hamlet. He taught that real good stuff. Anyways, man, y'all have a good night. Appreciate everybody for coming through, for hitting the like button, for chopping it up with us. Appreciate y'all. Go Canes.
Yes, sir.
FSU fans, this is for you. Throwing up that you, baby. Good night, y'all.